what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas.
Yeah. A minute, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me.
But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding General Yahanna. That for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. I already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like Petty Poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from watch me, he'll real move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet. That's my enemy. Little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup. I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. U.P.K, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that One West up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
I.S.U.P.K.
You know what it is? Make sure you log into I.S.U.P.K, cause all going up. We got the twins here. Everyone's inside. Man, know what it is, man. Don't know. Make sure you log in, subscribe. Here's the information here. Yes, my brother. Don't know.
We want no cowards in a get, on the neck, we bad to die. We want no cowards in a get, on the neck, brother slide. We want no cowards in a get, on the neck, we bad to die.
Yo, give yourselves a hand, man. Give yourselves a hand. Beautiful black people, man. Give me just a few minutes, but I ain't gonna take too long. Beautiful black people, man. I travel all over the world. My name is Captain Mashak. I'm under the Israelite School at UPK under Commander General Yahanna. I go to the States, I go to the Caribbean, I come to England. And I see the same thing all over. Everybody here from the Caribbean, right? More times. You know, our foreparents caught, killed, and was hung and burnt and lynched. And around the 1800s, after the Industrial Revolution, Britain brought in another group of people as indentured laborers and paid them and gave them our land.
That's right.
So when you look at Erdington and Soho Road and you wonder how we lose our businesses, the oppressor gave it to them.
That's right.
The oppressor give them loans.
That's right.
The oppressor brings them in. You try to run and be mayor or something or prime minister of England, they stop you, but you see who was just in there? You see who was just in there and did nothing for us. You have the other nations coming here and doing terrorist acts, cutting the hearts out of Lee Rigsby and driving trucks across bridges. We built this country. We served in your military and died in your wars.
That's right.
We helped nurse your babies and play your sports.
That's right.
And we never committed no terrorist act.
That's right.
But the Home Office did what? Deport more of us than them. Deport more of us than them. Time for us now to realize and turn from these people.
That's right.
Time for us now to realize. You see what's going on in England right now? Look, we can't even have our own sympathy. If it was Palestine and Israel going on here, they would never leave. But this is the respect they give to black people.
Right.
This is what they give to black people, man. Time for us to come together.
Right.
We're going to turn our backs on them. You see how England falling now, fires all over, the EDL fighting the Arabs and the Pakistanis. Let me tell you something, we are better people than them. We're more compassionate than them. Black people, I want you to do one thing from here on out. Fight the urge to be kind and save them. Because we've always saved them. We saved England World War II. That wasn't won by your Harry Kanes and your Fodens. That was won by Sterling's parents. That was won by Rashford's parents. We fought in the militaries. And we built England so you can come and have your stores. So you can have your stores where you could choke black women. Where was that? South London? Where they choked the sister in the store? And now you have the nerve where you gonna kick a pregnant woman in the back and rip a black man out his car and instill fear. God is against you heathens. And black people, stay out the way. Stay out the way. The block is hot. You remember that? Don't go outside because you don't catch a stray one. The Lord is moving on these heathens. And it's in the Bible. Read.
Isaiah 51:22. Thus saith the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth for the cause of his people.
That the Lord and what?
Pleadeth for the cause of his people.
The Lord does what?
Pleadeth for the cause of his people.
We don't have leaders in England, man. We don't have leaders like them. You saw what happened in Manchester Airport. The lawyer got up on TV and said, I've never seen police brutality like this. What? Rashawn Charles died with a police hands down his throat. You haven't seen police brutality like this? What are you talking about? But you don't recognize when it happens to us. Because you look at us like cockroaches. No problem. God is going to destroy you.
That's right. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
God said he takes out of our hands the cup of trembling and the cup of his fury, because the Lord was angry with us for a time. That's what all that slavery and colonization was about. We have a power. We are the real Jews of Israel. We the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we are. We the special people on the earth. Or we can be at the bottom of every society, and yet still, anytime we venture out, we on top. Who's the fastest person in the world? Us. Best singers, smartest people in the world. Don't you all know the first computers was black women who computed maths for NASA to go into space? Without us, they would not have a society. For the longest while, we greet each other like what? Like this. Right? For hundreds of years, they said that's ghetto, that's low class. COVID come around, how do they greet each other now? P.S. Morgan and never TV like this. Like if they're cool. We form society. Not them. For the longest while, they treat us like trash. So you know what? For the first time in England, the Lord said, I will take away the cup of our trembling, of our fury. Go ahead.
Thou shalt drink of it no more again.
We ain't going to drink of these plagues no more again. We ain't going to drink of this oppression no more again. The Lord is raising it up off of us, slowly but surely, like a good parent. He letting us off a punishment. And this is what he's going to do. Read.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
He will what?
Put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
God said he will put punishment into the hands of them that afflict thee. Now it's your time, Mr. Abner, to drink. Now it's your time, Mr. White Man, to drink. Now it's your time, other nations who done raised rent, kicked us out, abuse our children in school, lock us up for nothing. Now it's your time, and you're seeing it. Right now, what's going on in England? White people are tired of these other nations. They're tired, and I understand this is your country. But for one time, they ain't blaming us. They ain't blaming. A big knife crime incident happened, what, 3 days ago? Was it any one of our people? No. And stay out of it.
That's right.
Don't apologize for them. Distance yourself. Let me tell you something. We ain't African. I'm going to tell you straight up. I know it's going to offend some people. But we are not African.
That's right.
And Africans know it, because they'll tell you, you ain't no African. They'll tell you that straight up, and we not them. Stay out of it.
Right.
England, let England fight them. Let them fight England and pull back. Stay out of it. Resist the urge to save them.
Right.
Because we saved them for hundreds of years.
That's right.
When the cops was doing the packy bashing, the racist ones, the black men went and defended these immigrants. Right or wrong, you all heard grandparents talk about it. And we went there and fought for them and get our heads busted for them. And then you turn around and teach your children to hate us. God is against you.
That's right.
God is going to bring this place to its knees.
Right.
And black men are giving you warning. Black woman, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. Separate from this place.
Right. That's right.
Separate from it. Don't go in their stores no more. Buy from your own. It might be a little higher, but you might be paying for a young doctor to go to school.
That's right.
How much of their doctors we done paid for?
Right.
Every night prescription you gotta go get is some bad handwriting doctor that's not your people.
That's right.
Let's support our own.
Right.
Let's suffer together. We've been destroyed for 400 years. Of course, their community might be a little bit better. They ain't been destroyed like us. You brothers, you stop going to these heathen women, man. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm saying, you see I.S.U.P.K, come on, I love his music, man. I love his music. He done hooked up with something. Something. What about the black woman that suffered like you?
That's right.
That suffered like you, that getting kicked in the back from another nation. You know how bad them optics look for young men? That's not a good look. And you sisters, stop thinking you coming up by going outside your race, man.
That's right.
Because when we was on the plantation, none of them came for us.
Right.
None of them came for us. Time for us to look at each other and see beauty, and see royalty, and see value. Because that's what they see when they look at each other, man. Let me tell you, I ain't gonna hold you all up. We got a school right down there. What's the address?
394 Lodge Road, D18 5PW.
Let me tell you something. Come down to that school and start learning, man. Commander John Yahanna builds schools all over the world. We the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, man. We teach the truth about the Bible. A lot of people have reservations about the Bible. The Bible is not a white man's book. The Bible wasn't written by men. We got the proof. We teach the Hebrew. We go in there and break it down. We go in there and break it down from the Latin and the Greek. We're going to show you who the real people are. You the real Jews. You the 12 tribes. You the special people of you. You come on down to that school, get the flyers. We got a number on there. The address is on there. Classes is free, man. Come and learn. Come and learn who you are. Come and unlearn all the poison that I'm put into our neighborhoods, man. All the poison I'm put into our brains, man. Let go of the Christianity. Let go of the Islam. Let go of the false religion. God ain't never had no religion. What religion is thou shalt not kill? What religion is thou shalt not steal? What religion is man shall not lay down with man like he lay down with a woman? That ain't religion. That's laws. And just like how you have rules in your house for your children, God gave his children rules. And we are God's children, man. You come on down to the Israelite School of I.S.U.P.K, man. We right down in Birmingham. We got locations in Manchester. We got locations in London. Tomorrow we're going down to Gloucester to raise it up again. Because nobody raising us up. Everybody beating us down. They want to blame us for everything. We the immigrant problem, so deport us. We wasn't a problem when we built your country after World War II. We wasn't a problem then. We wasn't a problem when we winning football games for you. We wasn't a problem then. England can't win a damn game without black people playing. If we such a problem, stop all them black boys from running. Let me see what you do. You wouldn't do nothing. All the track team, everything we in the Olympics right now, look at the black people who running for the oppressor's country. We have to separate from these people, man. You the real special people of the earth, man. You the salt of the earth. That's right. Even in our destruction, we pour. We're at the bottom of the society, and we still control the culture. They all want to be like us. They all try to rap and talk like us and walk like us. Whatever happened to being proud of being a hop now with the dress on and talk like you? That's right. Don't try to be me. That's right. And then turn around and try to act like I ain't nothing. That's right. And then want to hate me for it. And then want to attack the most vulnerable of my people. Yes, that don't stop. That don't stop today. You ain't gonna look at no black woman and think she ain't got no backing. She got all the backing in the world. That's right. All the backing in the world. Because I know if one of your people get hurt by ours, you would seek to hurt us. Right. We don't want
Can you hear me, Akim?
Another one, can't sir.
Most High Christ. Yes, it's Captain 10,000 corrupt there. Just covering in for Captain Mashak for a bit. You know what I mean? Captain Mashak will be with us shortly. And make sure you log into I.S.U.P.K UK on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Periscope. If you want to see more videos like that, that's where you got to be. That's where you find them, man. You find them at that channel there. Some powerful speaking. If you want to see the end of that speaking, make sure you log into I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom. We got content on Periscope, Instagram. What else we got? TikTok. And the whole nine, man. Make sure you subscribe, get these powerful lectures, join the UPK, come in, you're all black, do your 90 days. You know what I mean? Put your name on the register. We got a feast day coming. When's the feast day, Akim?
The 2nd of October, Wednesday.
2nd of October. When?
It's Wednesday, the 2nd of October.
Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 7 o'clock sharp. That will start. Make sure you come through, man. As you can see, the Lord is breaking this place down. England ain't what it was. Listen, if you come to England now, listen, you missed it, man. So like it's over now.
Right.
Everyone, remember back in the day, people say, "Yo, I made it. I come to England." If you come now, you've lost. You've missed it, man. Now, if you come now, you missed it. You missed. Hey, listen, who remembers when the government used to pay for you to go to college? What's it called again? EMA. Listen, if you come now, you missed that. You missed the NHS. The NHS will come and do a home visit, man. Back in the day, doctor will come to your house. If you come now, it's a wrap. England's done now. You get me? England used to be a nice place where a man could make a decent money and a decent living. So like I'm lying. So like not for black people. What I'm talking about? England's always been a horrible place for black people, but it weren't as bad. If you come to England now, listen, you've missed it all, man. England's a horrible place with riots everywhere, rumors of riots kicking off everywhere. Every minute the EDL and then the Indian man them and oh god, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. EDL's fighting, beating up any black men to see. How come every video I'm seeing is the EDL beating up a black man? And the black men ain't even the immigrants. We're not even the ones causing the problem. We're not the ones teething all the money out of the country, but yet they're beating up us, man. So it's how it is. And any Indian man's beating up any white man, which is crazy, man. Now, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to separate and not join, man. That's what you're supposed to do. Someone give me that in Leviticus, but the laws that have severed you from amongst other nations, man. Someone give me that one. I think it's 26 is right. You know what I'm about?
Can't, sir. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And he shall be holy unto me.
Right, the Lord said, ye shall be holy unto me. The word holy means separate. If you ask a Christian what holy means, they say holy means, you know, a puff of smoke, or holy means the Lord of Jesus Christ and the blood and the Jesus and the ghost, all that garbage, man. Holy just means separate. They're taking that word holy and turning it to some spookism. Holy just means separate, something special, something set apart. And the Lord said he wants blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians to be holy unto him. Meaning what? There's all these nations out there. There's a white man, the Chinese, the Arabs. Then there's you black man. Special, man. You know how you women know how you got all these shoes put down. Then you got that one shoes in the box. They just bust out. It stays in the box, you know. That's the holy one. The rest of them, you know, for the gardening, you take out the bin. Then you got that one shoes that's put down. You don't take out that shoes, you know. If the kids ever bust that box, you vex. Yo, who messed with these, man? That's black people. Everyone else is common, and then there's black people separate, holy, put apart. Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
And the Lord said, I'm separate. The same way I want you to be separate. The Lord is separate from all these other gods, man. All these other gods are what? Idols, man. All these other gods are what? This idol with a horse head and man legs. All the other idols require what? Blood sacrifice, and you put their children in the fire. That's these other gods. But the Lord said, I'm different, man. I'm like other gods, man. I'm separate. And the same way how I'm different, I want you to be different, black man. I don't want you drinking blood, man. I don't want you celebrating Christmas, man. I don't want you having sex with all other nations, man. The same way I'm different. To serve me, you don't serve me the same way you serve the God of Christianity. You don't serve me the same way you serve the God of Islam. You don't circle me 7 times. You don't bow down and kiss me like I'm some stone. The Lord said, I'm separate. And the way I'm separate, I want you to be separate too. I want you to be different also. I want you to be set apart also. Read.
And have severed you from other people.
And this is how you know, this is defining the word holy. The Lord saying you're holy because of what? I've severed you from other people. Severed. If I sever your arm, it means I cut your arm off. The Lord cut us off from other people. That's why we're holy. That right there explains how we're holy. We're holy. Why? Because we're set off. We're cut off. We're separated from other people. All the other nations drink blood. All the other nations have blood sacrifices. All the other nations have sex with men, cat, rat, and dog. But then there's us. We don't do that. That's not what we do, man. We are set apart from other nations. You feel me? Shalom, sir. With that, I'm going to pass it on to Captain 13,000, Captain and Priest. I'm shot my yam. Captain up.
How y'all feeling? You all right? Oh shit! Y'all got the judgment sword up here, like.
Well, that's the donated from sister here, Nakapaya.
Almost. Come on, Nakapaya, give me the link. You gotta give me the link on this one. She put out one custom. All right, so where you at?
I was in Leviticus 20:26 talking about the law was to separate from all the other nations. I mean, we're different from other nations.
Is this could this stretch a little more?
Yeah, it's like an extra.
Or you want to pass it over?
No, it's like
All right, y'all could hear me good? Most like that. What's going on out there? How y'all feeling? Rob, on you a little low. Okay. It ain't gonna be too loud because it's gonna reverb back into this mic. So don't make it too super loud. Right? Yeah, that's too loud. Yeah. Rob, and somebody give me a test. Like just test the speaker in here.
Okay.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 mic test.
2 water 2 hack here. You know what I mean? Cap, you could bring yourself closer. Radar, do the thing with the door. Sis, come up a little bit. Don't sit all the way in the back, all right? You're getting the habit too. You'll fill up the chairs up front. Don't spread to the back. All right, open the windows and the door. Is the door in the back open? All right, no sweat. Same thing like last week, all right, Radar? And them windows on top. All right. You could move that chair with the next to it, Radar. You can move the chair right next to it. Yeah, you could put that where the brother's chairs is. Nah, there's space up front. There's space up front. Maybe next to the drinks. These drinks rows, slide that over. Yeah, that's it right there. Take your time. Take your time with it. All right. So where was that? We had a question online?
So if I could, we was just reading Leviticus 20 verse 26.
Okay.
The captain was just breaking that down, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Captain, was there a reason you was breaking it down?
Yeah, I was saying
also too, this outstanding gift from Captain Karathi and his rib to water. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the gifts. I ain't drinking this without you all though. So if you all ain't partaking, I can't open it. And I would like to open it. Please. You know what I mean? Is you all with me? You brothers online, I'll take some sips for you all right? That's what 1, 2, 3. All right, I got you all. All right, don't worry. You know what I mean? We one buddy, so you know, I'll sit for you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean. All right, so what we dealing with the
Yeah, I was saying the law once was separate, once was different. It's separate for other people. You don't want us mixed up in this EDL march. You know, it's not our fight.
Okay, pull it. What you had for me? Pull the one you was reading. You go continue.
It's not top, I'm shut.
Radar.
Leviticus 20 verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
That ye should be mine.
Okay. Go ahead, Captain. So what's the point you was bringing out?
Yeah, I was saying that we're separate. We don't know what was fighting. Let these men fight for the country. Let the Indian man fight for the country. The white man fight for the country. You know, let's fight for our laws. Let's fight for our families. We're separate. Okay. They fight for land and oil. So that's what they're doing right now. Right. Not get involved. We're separate.
We're absolutely. Like what's going on in England right now? It's for sure. It's for sure a big sign. Like I'm talking to the journal about it too last night. Talking to Shalom says, how you doing? How you doing? All right, talking to the brothers and sisters across there, and there's not much not much I could say in terms of like what you're seeing here. That's not making it to the mainstream news. I don't know if you all realize that. Like what you're seeing on your Facebook and your TikTok and your Instagram, all those good videos that you're seeing. When I say good videos, meaning it's coverage of stuff you're not seeing on BBC and stuff. That's making it out, in the other aspect of social media, but not on the mainstream media. So I don't think people have a real feel or a good grasp for what's really going on in England and what it really means. You get the point? I don't think that part is really there. A good grasp and a good feel for what it really means. So definitely we're going to go into it tonight. We're going to get a better understanding of it. And what does it mean for us? What we should be doing, how we should look at things concerning it. All right. But first, I definitely want to get your questions, whatever questions you all have, and any topics. Go ahead, sis.
I wanted to break down on it. I wanted to get it become right. It's Genesis 31:19. I just wanted to ask if, why did she take her father's things like idols? Did she believe as well?
Okay, let's get. I ain't too sure what you're talking about. Let's get. I don't have it in memory. Let me. Somebody grab for me Genesis 31:19. Whoever have it, go ahead and read. All right.
Genesis 31:19. And Laban went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's.
Keep reading, brother.
And Jacob stole away unawares to Laban the Syrian, in that he told him not that he fled.
I might have to get a reminder on this. What's happening before this? Bring me up to speed. Go ahead, Cap. You remember?
Well, I remember Jacob leaving the band. He got his family wants to cut. The band saying, "Nah, man, like, was you around to get blessings?" So I think his daughter stole one of the idols.
Yeah, but what was the reason for it though? I can't remember the reason, if it was to offend him or. Let me find out, all right? And I'm gonna come back. Go ahead, Rob.
I believe so. In verse 14, it says, "And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house?" So I think it could be over some kind of jealousy. Like Rachel and Leah wanted inheritance for themselves. Some sort of.
I know, but the idols. I just want to be sure before I even give a full answer on it. You know what I mean? That's what I would say. I would say let me just be sure before I give you all that part. So run with. It's not in my memory right now. Go ahead, sis.
I've got another one then.
Yeah, please. Yeah, come on with it.
Judges 11 and 30. 40. And I was trying to actually really like his daughter.
Say that again.
But Judges 11 and 30. And he made a vow, like, if I win this war, whoever comes in, I'll slay them. And the person that walked in was his daughter.
Okay.
His daughter.
Okay. Let's get it.
Judges what's up there?
11, I think.
11 and 30.
Okay. Judges 11 and 30. 11 and 30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
Okay. So who is this again?
A brother called one of the judges called Jephthah.
Jephthah? Okay, so he's asking the Lord to be with him in a war, right? He's asking the Lord to be with him as he goes to war against Ammon, who is the biblical name for the Japanese. And he's saying, if the Lord is with him in the war, I will give as a burnt offering, a sacrifice. He says, whatsoever comes through the door. He has in his mind one thing, right? Because whatsoever is what?
Anything.
Like what? Okay. like an animal. That's the only thing that could move. That's a what. You don't say who to an animal. Who is referring to people. Whatsoever comes through the door is the Lord's, and I'll give it up as a burnt offering. He may have had some animal that he thinks is just fantastic in his own eyes. It's super fantastic, strong, powerful, obedient, whatever. And that's so valuable to him. And in his mind, he'll give it up. Right? And we'll see what happened. All right, go ahead.
Verse 32. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands.
I see why y'all like this LaFrog, but it seems like perfume. I feel like I gotta do a little.
I went to New York for the first time and they put me on.
I think Zakar is the one who introduced everybody to this, Jeremy Hyman. I think that's what he drink, all the way. You know what I mean? Y'all forgive me. Salakia. Anybody who wants to partake. I get no sweat. Go ahead.
33. And he smote them from Aurora, even till thou come unto Minneth, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house.
Wait, here Judges what? 11
and 34 now.
Okay, go ahead.
And Jephthah came unto Mizpah unto his house, Salakia. And behold, his daughter came to meet him with timbrels and with dances, and she was his only child.
Okay.
Beside her, he had neither son nor daughter. And it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord and cannot go back. And she said unto him, My father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which proceedeth out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord hath taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up.
All right, stop right there. So, your question was what?
So, did he have to kill his daughter? Because he he's sad. Why was he sad?
Yeah, he was pained. He was pained. I believe that's just the air. You could double check it though, but I believe that's just the wind because it's just flowing through from the back, right? It's the pain of it because that's his only daughter. He doesn't have other children that he can give up. All right. He was expecting to have something else come through the door so that he could now give it up and show it to the Lord that, he's willing to part with this thing. Right. So the daughter came through the door. You asking if he killed his daughter? Yes, he killed his daughter. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to see the look on her face. No. He did not kill his daughter. All right. This is what happened. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Where you reach now?
I was 31 about
No.
11 and about 37 now, sir.
Wait, it's Judges 11 and 30. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity. I and my fellows. And he said, Go.
Right.
And
So she asked for time to go mourn because something about to happen to her that neither she expected it, and surely her father did not intend this to happen to her. All right, go ahead.
And he said, Go. And he sent her away for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains.
Right, what does it mean, bewail her virginity?
Like cried for her youth. Remember, she didn't have time to, be a young woman.
Anybody else? Rada?
Is she crying because she's not been married or something like that.
All right, I'll take that. I'll take that. Anybody else? Anybody online? Go ahead, up.
So she's crying because she's not gonna be able to enjoy like her youth. She's not gonna be able to marry. You know what I'm saying? She's crying.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take all of those. All of those is right. Right? She's gonna mourn now because her life is over. Life is over. Her life that she had in her mind was over. Right? And of course, as Radar saying, she ain't gonna ever be with a man now and have kids and do the thing that normal sisters would do. Sisters in the usual circumstances would be able to do. You get the point? Go ahead.
Come on, verse 89. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father's house, who did with her according to his vow.
Right. So at the end of 2 months, she came back home to her father, and he did according to his vow. Right? Did you reach this far in it? That part. So when you heard that part, you was like, "Oh Lordy, Lord, Poopa Jesus, they killed the pig." You get it, point. And listen, that's a right spirit to have, especially as a sister, because it's like you can't imagine some shit like that happening. And you're right, because the spirit of the Lord is that thing. And this is the proof that our God is a living God, like a father. He's not a God like what the heathens have, where they don't get it, they don't understand it, they don't care about human life versus what's written, and to make themselves feel better about themselves. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
God, he had vowed, and she knew no man. And it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year.
Read that last 39 again.
And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow, which she had vowed, and she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel.
Right. So she now entered into the service of the Lord. You get the point? Like a sister who comes into the service, into serving the Lord, she doesn't marry. You get the point? She just, like it could happen like that. Like the sister Anna, right? Anna had a young husband, had a husband when she was young, and the husband died, and she did not marry again. All she did was come and serve the priest, be around. She was there when Christ came to get circumcised. All right. Go ahead.
So what's so sad about that?
Say again?
Like, what's so sad about that? Why was it so sad?
Because she's taken away. You get the point? Because she's taken away. Come on.
Could a precept be to that? In Samuel's mom said, "If you give me a baby, I'll give him to God." And every year she go check him at Eli's temple. That same thing.
It's the same premise of it. Just think like you ain't having, you can't do that no more. Like what you're doing right now with him, you can't do that no more. Like imagine what that must feel like. That's it. And you can't, there's so much other things you're gonna miss. You're never gonna get to marry this daughter off. You're not gonna see her with her children. It's done. Go ahead.
I know what it means. What was he thinking making such a vow?
He wanted to get the Lord on his side, and he wanted to show the Lord that whatever that's valuable to him, he's gonna give. So don't think so much what was he thinking. This is what you need to learn. Give me Romans 15 and verse 4. All right, Romans 15 and 4 quickly. Whoever have it, let's go ahead with it.
The book of Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right, read it one more time.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Go ahead.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Right. Everything that's written in this Bible from the times before is written for our learning. It's written for us to learn from them, right? We know about Solomon. Why is this man king of Israel? Solomon had a problem with heathen women, right? There's some people who read that and say, see, it's okay to do it. There's a law against heathen women. He was not supposed to do it. We are supposed to learn from his mistake. You get the point? We're supposed to learn from it. Everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning, so we will have hope in the future. So we now can live and not be doomed. You get the point? And not make the same mistakes our foreparents made. So what's to learn from this thing here? Come on, sis.
But be careful what you say.
Yeah, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You get the point? Give me in the New Testament. Give me what Christ said. It's the swear one.
You swear not on the temple.
Mm-hmm. Matthew 23.
I got Matthew 5:34.
No, that's probably what I want.
5:34.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Matthew 5:34. Sorry. Yeah. Matthew 5:33. Have ye not heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is the Lord's throne.
Right? What you want to understand with the Bible, there's the spirit of the law, there's the letter of the law. There's what's written, and then there's the spirit of what's written. Right? It's like if you tell your children, be in by a certain time. You get them at a certain time to be in the house. Do you want to punish them for being out? What's the spirit of being here when the street light come on? What's the spirit behind that?
So like it's
Go ahead.
Obedience.
No. You're right, but that's not what I'm talking about. Sis? You want them to be safe. You don't want to just have an excuse to punish them, but that's what a kid thinks. A child thinks they just, I don't know why they don't just let me be. They just want to, they're fighting me down, blah, blah, all kind of thing in that child mind. They don't understand the parent sees danger that they don't see. You get the point? The parent, because the parent is older and done live longer, the parent has done seen where this thing could go. They think to a child, you're being out in the street, you're doing some wild nonsense. So what if the police chase you, you get locked up and you come home tomorrow? Parents understand you don't have to come home tomorrow. Parents understand that depending on the judge, you could get a charge that lasts years. Depending on your height and size, you could get charged as an adult. I don't know how it is here in the UK, but in the States, that's how it is. You might be of a certain age, but if you 6'4", they want to charge you like an adult. You get the point? Parents understand those type of situations. So they'll say, be in here by this time. Now, in that, the spirit behind it is everything we just described. Somebody listening will just think, if I'm not here, I'll get punished. They don't think, if I'm here, I escape all of that thing. They don't think, if I'm here, I'm safe. They think, okay, and most kids, you hear that rule, do you come in, let's say the lights come on at 8. Do you come in at 7? What time you coming? 7:59, 59. She said 8. So 7:59, 7:59, 58, 59. Open the door, you walk in. I'm here because in your mind, you think you've beaten punishment. You don't understand this is saving your life. You don't get it. So there's a spirit behind it. So now read what you have again.
God. But I shall say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is the Most High's throne, nor by earth, for it is his...
No, hold on, 33.
33.
Yeah, start with 33.
Again, ye have heard that it have been said by them of old time, that thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shall perform unto the Lord thine oath.
Right? Don't forswear yourself, meaning it's like don't renege on your oath. Don't forswear yourself, but perform your oaths you make to the Lord. Come on.
So if I know she wouldn't, I'm glad she never, because she should be obedient. But what if she said, I'm not doing that?
What do you mean?
Like, what if she said, I don't want to, I didn't say I wanted. You know, like, you know what I mean? So
okay, you saying that because you saying that because we live in a society that comes from slaves.
Yeah.
Right? We live in a society that comes from us being oppressed. And now we have in our mind something called free will. We have in our mind, well, that's not what I want to do. We have in our mind that I'm my own person and blah, blah, blah. This life is honor and sacrifice and family. Reputation means everything. That's what this is. And also, what we're reading about here is a life where obeying the Lord, obeying the oaths, obeying the laws comes with a blessing and a curse. Her saying, I ain't doing it, will mean what for the father? What would that mean?
I don't know what would happen, but it's not good.
It would mean he's breaking his oath.
Yeah.
You get the point? He had to honor the oath. That's just it. It's like a Nazarene vow. The Nazarite vow, you bring the baby to the priest and you promise this baby to the Lord until this baby is an adult. This male is an adult. No razor gonna touch his hair. He can't cut his hair. He will not partake of the vine, meaning he's not gonna drink alcohol, wine, whatever. I forget the other things that go with it. But he's gonna be separated unto the Lord. What if that child say, I ain't gonna do it? That can't happen. My father made an oath. And the whole and the whole spirit of it is, remember, Abraham made an oath before there was any nation. So now that spirit didn't exist then. The spirit is I'm honoring my father. This is what my father did. I'm doing it. Today's spirit, and this is not you, but just in general, today's spirit is, whatever. I'm not beholden to my people, and I'm not, I'm not tied to my father. I'm not tied to this house. I'm not tied. That's the spirit today. You get the point? That's not what's going on back then. You understand? That is definitely not what's going on back then. We done stepped away a whole lot from how we used to be. And it's a little difficult now to understand. But we've stepped away, far away from how we used to be. You get the point?
Yeah.
So it's not, she wouldn't say that. That's not the type of culture we have. The type of culture is, this is what it is. You get the point? This is what it is. This is what if the father said, if you with me, I'll let my daughter marry the king. What will you say? I don't want to do it? No, because now it's a king involved, right? Yeah, it doesn't work like that. This like Israel, we are a very honorable people. We're far from that right now. We're very far from it. You get the point? Where we at with it?
Okay, verse 24. But I say unto you, swear not at all.
Oh, so lucky. Hold on. Read 33 again.
Verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it have been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oath. Right. So now, this is a law here saying you can't break an oath you make to the Lord. So now, what's the spirit behind that? What's that really supposed to drive home? I know it's saying whatever you say to the Lord, don't break it. Somebody hearing it, just like the child hearing come home early, is like, I had to reach home before 8.
You hearing it, you would be thinking what?
Hearing it means just Lord said, don't commit adultery, don't commit adultery.
Well, this is not a law. This is an oath, meaning something you promise you're gonna do.
It's a burden. It's something that's not do.
Okay, exactly. Like that person would now be thinking, I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to do it. Versus thinking, I better watch what I tell the Lord I'm going to do. Right. You understand? That's what you learn from here. The thing to take away from this is be careful what you tell the Lord you're going to do, because the Lord is not a man. He's not mommy. What you tell him you're going to bring, you better bring it. He's going to require it of you. And if you don't give him it, it's going to be a problem. You get the point? That's the spirit here. Like, you got to watch what you're saying. Watch what you're saying. You ever see in council? We in council in general say, don't stand up here and tell me what you're going to do. That ain't going to work. Do it and then come back and tell me what you did. Because that thing just saying what you're going to do and just never delivering, that's not how we are. You get the point? Like, it's a spirit you have to learn from. So that thing there, what to learn from there is, he probably shouldn't have said that part. That's probably what he should not have said. He should have just asked the Lord to be with him. You get the point? He shouldn't have made a deal with the Lord. You get the point? Or a deal you can't deliver on. Like, that's something you probably shouldn't do, right? Keep reading.
Oh God. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is the Lord's throne, nor by earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black.
Right? So now that's like, you know how in Israel we have I swear on my kids, I swear on my mama. Like, it's that. Don't swear on heaven, on earth, on your hair, on your head. You really don't have control of none of that shit. You don't have control of none of it. Right? Keep reading. Go ahead.
But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh evil.
You understand? Like, your communication should be, Lord, please be with me. Lord, I beg you, please be. Even Christ didn't say, if you let this cup pass from me, I'll serve you forever. Remember when Christ was going on the cross, he didn't make a deal. He said, Lord, if it's thy will, let this cup pass from me. That's it. That's all he asked for. He asked for the Lord to be with him. He didn't say, if you be with me, I'll do this. You get the point? Oh, if you be like, then now you're going to bargain with the Lord. Like, the Lord could just kill you right there. Like, we ain't got no bargain no more. You get the point? Like that's what happened in Judges there. It was for us to learn. The brother made an error. It cost him his child, his only child. And anybody who have children know how difficult it is to make children and keep children healthy and alive. Like, you in a day to day where they could have scans, look in your child brain, look in your child ear, retina scans, check to see if the child have any visual impairments young. Even sometimes the baby in the womb, they could tell you different things from the scans. Imagine a time where there ain't no scan. You going on faith, you going on, the Lord, and it's not easy. Even today, it's not easy to bring forth children into the world. These heathens is having problems with having kids. They're not like us. You get the point? Especially that oppressor, that white man, and the Lord done gave him a desert of a woman. That thing is barren as hell. She doing all kind of IV therapy and this and that. Like, Israel, we not like that. So now this is his only child. He had to give her up now. He can't enjoy his daughter. He can't, and he's fighting to go home and celebrate with his family. And now we can't. Come on.
So that's why she was crying for her virginity and not for her life.
Exactly, for her youth. For her, now she would have just grown like a regular sister, get caught in dowry, big fandango thing going on, baby come, baby shower, child being born. She ain't getting none of that now. And remember, this is a time where that is the achievement for a sister. That's, you know, valuable. That's something that's like, I need to be married and have children. Just think of Leah and Rachel, right? Is it them two, right?
Yeah,
Leah and Rachel, right? Just think of them two, where, you know, getting married was such a, you know, that was a huge thing for them. That was a big deal, and bringing forth these children. And remember, they had the deal where they switched with the mandrake, so he could have Isaac for one night, right? Or Jacob for one night, Salakia. You understand what I'm saying? It was a huge deal. So imagine missing out on that. It's hard to think today, because you could go, you know, run in the Olympics, become prime minister, president. You have a whole lot of other things that's really not fulfilling. It's vanity. It's absolute vanity, because at the end of the day, them achievements is not, you know, looking at you with love. You know what I mean? That sister who I think she's a Benjamin, she run for the States, Gabriella Douglas or something like that is her name, or Thomas. You know, they say she graduated Harvard at 22. She just finished her master's, I think, a year and a half ago, and she just had gold medal in the Olympics at 27. Now that's a whole lot of achievement. Then doctorate is not going to look at her like your children look at you. That gold medal ain't going to do nothing in 5 years. Can't bring you no achievement. Can't come and say, mommy, look at this. You get the point? There's something that's the Lord done wired us with, that the way we live right now, that thing is overshadowed, which is building that family. That's the main and most important thing in life. Building that family, and building strong families turn into what? Who knows? Building a strong nation. Go ahead. Who's going to say it? Is that one?
Oh, so like, yeah, I was just saying strong cities. Making a
building a strong city, building a strong nation is going to go through there. Now, from that, you could have your doctors, your lawyers, everything else. But what do we have today? We have doctors, lawyers, and no strong families. None. It doesn't exist. You get the point? It's not predominant. It's not that. To the point where a sister, if you have a man, right or wrong, your sisters tell me, the heathens look at you in shock. Like, you're not a single mother? What? The baby daddy? They hear you say husband, they look at you like, hold on, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's that bad for us. You get the point? This is a different time where that's a very valuable thing to have. Very, very valuable. You get the point? So here's what you're going to learn from this is, be careful what you say to the Lord. It's better just to ask the Lord to be with you, to have mercy on you, to go to him, not like you have power to, bargain. You get the point? You want to go to the Lord not like you have power to bargain, not like you could, I'll give you this if you give me this. He controls everything. What does he need from you? What does the Lord need from you? Give me one last scripture to give me every sheep on every hill. It's in Psalms, I believe. Cap, you know what I'm talking about? Every sheep is mine.
Psalms. Psalms 50.
50?
Psalms 50 and 10.
All right, somebody grab that for me. Psalms 50 and 10.
I've got Psalms 50 and 10, right?
Yep, let's try that.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 10. For every beast of the forest is mine.
Mm-hmm.
And the cattle upon 1,000 hills. Verse 11. Mm-hmm. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 12. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee. For the world is mine, and the fullness thereof.
You understand? Like, if the Lord hungry, he ain't coming to you like how we go to each other. Hey, slack, yeah, what you make to eat? I come in there and eat a plate before I go home. You know what I mean? Like, the Lord he's not depending on you to feed him. He could do all this. So for you to say you're going to bargain with him, that's not wise. Knowing he control everything. Like, you leave it to chance whatsoever walk through the door. The Lord can make anybody walk through the door. Anything walk through the door. The brother didn't consider that part. Go ahead.
Sorry, so would it, Lauren and David fasting? Isn't that like kind of bargain? Like,
Say again?
Lauren was fasting and his son still died. Would you say that was bargaining?
Fasting and that. Oh, slow down. Who was fasting?
Remember David was fasting because he slept with the man's woman.
Uh-huh.
So he was fasting because he had a baby on the way.
Right.
He died.
Okay.
So would you say that was kind of like trying to bargain?
That's a different type of bargain. That bargain is begging.
That was a plea bargain.
That's begging. Say that again now.
Lucky other one. That was a plea bargain.
Yeah, that would be a plea bargain. That was begging mercy. That was begging mercy by afflicting your own soul. And in a situation like that, there was what David did was heinous. There's nothing he could have did to stop it. You get the point? There was nothing he could have done to stop that. It was heinous. He plotted, he coveted, murdered, and then tried to pass it off as normal. The Lord had to make him pay. The Lord had to make him pay for it. You get the point? So that, he tried to, to beseech the Lord, which he always should do. Because the Lord is a father in the house. And the child did something, and everybody know this thing, he gonna get his ass beat. You should still beg. You should still fall on your knees and pull the pants and no, daddy, no, and all that crying and kicking and screaming. And you should. Sometimes it's like, well, this child going through hell already, going in bed. But then there's other times I don't give a damn about that screaming. Save that screaming for the belt. Save all that screaming and kicking for the belt. Don't waste your energy now. You get the point? And that's the situation there. It's different to what happened in Judges. All right. But what to learn from it is watch your mouth. And don't think the Lord wants something you have. Where it's like, I could afford to lose this. It's really kind of, it's borderline disrespectful to the Lord. You get the point? It's borderline like, well, I could afford to lose this. I can make more of those. Like, how would you even bargain that with him? That's not something you should do. All right.
Oh, God.
Any more? And of course, the scripture where the Lord said, I prefer obedience rather than sacrifice. And that's not so much as Judges, but that the spirit of it is you don't want to start a bargain with the Lord. You want to ask the Lord to be with you. And you want to obey him even when you don't want anything. That's the key to life. You want to obey the Lord when you're not in need of anything. And sometimes we could get so careless and comfortable and take things for granted so much that you only obey the Lord and get real zealous for serving the Lord and being in the right spirit when you want something. When you should be like that 24/7. That's right. You should be like that all day, every day. You should be able to understand that the life you have, it could be 1,000,000 times worse. And that the life you have, you're really in the palm of the Lord. And he could do with you whatever the hell he want to do. And for that, you give him honor and glory and obedience all the time. Right. So when you go to him, it's down here like he wants to just do everything for you, which is what happened with Christ. You get the point? Where Christ would say, listen, man, Lord, give me the power to do this so that I could show your power to them. He was raising people from the dead. He asked for that. You get the point? He asked, like, let me show your power. Let me show your power. You want to be able to, ask the Lord for things and get it based on your track record, not on the spot bargain. It's disrespectful. You get the point? Oh, God. It's like that. Anything else?
Another question on the brother says,
you understand? All right, no sir.
Shalom, I have a question. a breakdown of Ezekiel 24, verse 1.
Okay.
It's Zappa, could you get that Baba Kashar?
Khan, other one, Khan. Yeah. Ezekiel.
Where we at again?
Ezekiel 24, verse 1.
Khan, Ezekiel chapter 24 and verse 1. Again, in the 9th year, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, write thee the name of the day, even of the same day the king of Babylon set himself against Jerusalem, this same day. Verse 3. And utter a parable unto Belial.
One to what?
How much verse 21 to?
Yeah, so this is a parable about the boiling pot. So I wanted to 24 and 13 and 24 and verse 18 as well. But it's like I want an understanding of the whole verse. Is it
whole
talking
chapter?
about
You mean?
Ezekiel 24?
Okay, you want the whole chapter?
Can't, yeah, about the melting pot. So is it ancient Babylon? Is it this mystery Babylon? Is it like, you know, when it talks about Babylon the Great being a melting pot? Is it referring to that as well? Is that a precept to that?
Okay, where's the part with the pot? And this is another one I may have to come back to. Where's the one with the pot?
So 13 in 24 and 13 it says, in the filthiness,
in thy filthiness,
God, in thy filthiness, in lewdness, because I have purged thee, and thou was not purged. Thou shalt not be purged from thy filthiness anymore, till I have caused my fury to rest upon thee.
Okay, and you wanted this breakdown?
Khan, yeah, and then yeah.
Okay,
so what,
go ahead.
What I want to understand is this the great mountain pot, or is this talking about the Israelites being punished, or
okay,
it's mentioned?
Where is it giving you the idea that it's not Israel?
It's not giving me the idea that it's not Israel, but I don't know if it's referring to Babylon, Babylon the Great being the great melting pot also. So I'm not sure.
Where is that idea coming from?
The title, The Parable of the Boiling Pot.
Okay, don't read the title. The title is what started coming in over years with the Bible.
Okay.
You want to read what it says. You get the point?
Yeah.
All right. So give me the first few verses.
Okay. From the beginning, or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go from verse 2 because I read 1. All right.
Start with 1.
Okay. Verse 1. Ezekiel 24 and verse 1. Again, in the 9th year, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man.
Don't stop to announce the verses. Just read. Just keep reading, all right? Go ahead.
Son of man, write thee the name of the day, even of this same day. The king of Babylon set himself against Jerusalem this same day.
Go ahead.
And utter a parable unto the rebellious house, and saying unto them, Thus says the Lord God, set on a pot, set it on, and also pour water into it.
Okay, so who is this talking about here?
So this the Lord is talking to Ezekiel to set on a pot.
He is talking to Ezekiel. Okay, who is he talking about? That's probably the better way to word the question.
So I'm kind of
Sisters,
the pot is it's the melting pot or the pot that's throwing me off. But I think it's talking to the Israelites.
No, I think the sister said she wanted a little bit. Go ahead. Anybody could get swig of it, all right? Read it again. Say again. Sister, one, please.
Yeah, I think it's the pot thing that's kind of confusing me a little bit, but I think he's talking to the Israelites.
Okay, based on what?
Well, the Lord is telling him to do certain things. You know what I mean? Put on the pot, etc.
All right, I'll take. Anybody else want to take a stab? Hold on, Cap. I'm coming to you. Anybody else? I can't see the brothers online, so you'll have to say something. All right.
No. Our brothers in Israel. Adolphus last in Israel.
Adolphus last in Israel. Hey, big up Adolphus last, man. Brother from DC coming through strong, man. Okay, anybody else want to take a stab? Cap?
Also Israel as well, because of the rebellious house.
That's what you're looking at. So to Zapon, you was right, but the rebellious house, the description of the rebellious house, that's how you know it's Israel. You get the point? Because for the house to be rebelling, it got to be that it's his. And then the house is rebelling against him. And that's who we are. Again, just think father and children. You get the point? Think father and children. This is talking about Israel. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? And the Babylon part is, this is just the heathens coming against Israel. Because it says in that day, Babylon came against Jerusalem. You get the point?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, read verse 3.
Verse 3. And utter a parable unto the rebellious house, and say unto them, thus says the Lord God, set on a pot, set it on, and also pour water into it. Gather the pieces thereof into it, even every good piece, and thigh, and shoulder. Fill it with the choice bones. Take the choice of the flock, and burn also the bones under it, and make it boil well, and let them sieve the bones of it therein.
So now he's saying, put water in the pot, set it on, let it boil. Then take choice parts of the damn near describing an animal, right? So he said to gather the pieces thereof into it, every good piece, the thigh, the shoulder, fill it with choice bones. Then take the choice of the flock and burn also the bones under it. So it's like it's burning itself. It's the fuel is the same flock. The flock is in there, and it's burning itself and coming to a boil. You get the point? All right, go ahead.
Wherefore?
Hold on 1 second to that one.
So the goodly part, so is that the parts that the flank comes up, as opposed to the back, the young one.
Yeah, when you say even the good choices, the shoulder. That's why you say the shoulder, the thigh, parts with meat on it. All right, and go ahead.
Verse 6. Wherefore, thus says the Lord God, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, and whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece. Let no lot fall upon it. For her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of the rock. She poured it not upon the ground to cover it with the dust.
Let's go. Keep reading.
That it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of the rock, that it should not be covered. Therefore Thus says the Lord God, woe to the bloody city. I will even make the piles for fire great. Heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, and the piece, and the spice, and spice it well, and let the bones be burned. Then set it empty upon the coals thereof, that the brass of it may be hot, and may burn, and that the filthiness of it may be melted in it, that the scum of it may be consumed.
Right? So he's saying, woe to the bloody city that have the scum therein. Like, boil something and you see I don't know what it's called, like froth going around the top of the thing. You're not eating that. It's like, that's filthy. And then you boil it up some more and you put different things on it. Then he puts it at the top of something, let the coals burn some more. This is like he's cooking something to get a result. He's trying to get something out of it, right? Go ahead.
She had wearied herself with lies, and her great scum, and her great scum went not forth out of her. Her scum shall be in the fire. In thy filthiness is lewdness, because I have purged thee, and thou was not purged.
Right, so it's like the Lord is working. He's working with us, trying to get this out. But he's saying the scum is going to be consumed in the fire that's meant to purge you. But though he purged us, we refuse to be purged. Though he tried to clean us up and get us out of the lewdness and the filthiness, we refuse to be purged. You understand, Sister one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like like our brothers in today's time, innit?
What do you mean?
Like, the truth comes out, they refuse to hear it. It's like the Lord's trying to clean us up.
I'm gonna give you a gem. I'm gonna give you one more. That's a badass pick right there too. That your boots, that bad man boots there. Yeah, I mean, bad like your booty up there. I'm gonna give you a gem, Mark. You see, like how you say, like most of our brothers today, they don't want to hear the truth.
God,
we don't want to hear the truth. You can't separate you from the brothers. You can't do it. You get the point? You can't do it. You, me, and everybody else in here, we 1 inch away from them. You get the point? There's not much difference between us and them. There's not much. So don't never ever think or look at it as if it's a big difference. So don't do that. You get the point? We in the same hell they in. So what's the benefit? What's the benefit of knowing you're Israelite, right? You're going to a slave just like them, right? That's right.
Yeah.
You paying the taxes just like them. You getting pulled over by I.S.U.P.K just like them, right? So really, what's the difference? The difference can only be felt by you. You get the point? It doesn't. I want to say felt. You know it's a difference because how you live and you're not stressed anymore. But is it impacting your life? Nah, we in the same boat still. You get the point? We don't want to hear the truth out. You understand? We refuse to be purged. You get the point?
But Salakia,
I'll come and say to that one. Go ahead. Yes, we are an absolute stiff-necked, hard-headed people. The Lord said, if I had went to the heathens, they would have answered. They would have listened. That's what the Lord said. If he only went to the heathens, they would have stepped all the way into it. Like the other day, I was watching an interview with Supercat, and I have it playing, and I think I'm in the kitchen or something, brother. And for a second, I forgot this was an East Indian I'm listening to. Just for a second, he talking about this, asking him about the situation with him and Ninja Man on the stage, and he talking about Ninja Man and how he used to get together with Ninja Man before. And for a second, brother, I forgot this was a heathen. And this is how it is. The heathens, if they get a chance to be a nigga, not go through what niggas go through, but just to be a nigga, brother, they'll outperform you. They will just step all the way. What? I could be black? What's the other one from England? The bomber clap. Yeah, me go on BBC. The rascal, the little bomber clap. What's Burner Boy? You get the point? If they get the opportunity, you open the door for them and let them know, you know, you my nigga. Nigga. Oh, it's like they found radioactive spider and they turn into a superhero. You get the point? So you gotta keep that. You gotta keep that in mind with us. Like we are a very stiff-necked, you know, hard-headed people. We are a people that you tell them, you tell our people, you tell us that we the Jews and our people, we get angry about it. Mad. Over the weekend, we tell our brother we not African. He forget about the whole reason we there. He forget the brother get beat. He forget the brother's rib get kicked in her back. He started talking about the councils and this and that and blah, blah, and give me a whole Africa history. He forgot about the whole, why are we even here? He down there want to fight me over the thing. That's it. Like, that's who we are. You get the point? Go ahead, Tisapon. You're about to say something?
Yeah, so like the other one, I was gonna say that basically I was referring it to, obviously, when we speak to, again, same brother, again, you know, similar situation, whereas like we being in the truth, like we're in the building, you know what I'm saying, like we're in the truth, but you know, our brothers outside is what I was referring to. You know what I mean?
I understand you. I definitely understand you. I'm just saying I'm giving you a gem to put you on a whole other level. You understand? Because what? Do you understand and hear everything?
And
they don't understand everything either.
That's
right.
You get the point? They don't understand everything either. It's either we all up or we all down.
Right.
You get the point? Like I just giving you just a little, putting you up on a little level now. That now you could go fish with. You get the point? That now you can go fish with. You could go really get down with. All right. So you understand what this is? What is going through here now?
Yeah. So it's just talking about Israelites, basically. Yeah.
It's talking about Israel. It's talking about Israel. This is the same chapter where he took Ezekiel's wife.
I think it is that, but I didn't get to that bit.
Right? Yeah, this is the same chapter where he took Ezekiel's wife because he wanted Ezekiel to go prophesy to Israel. You understand? He wanted Ezekiel to go prophesy to Israel. There was another part in this you wanted to bring up.
It was 18. So it was basically the whole verse, really. But I was gonna just pick out them two main bits, 13 and 18.
All right, let me see if I can give you that. All right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Give me 18.
18. So I spake unto the people in the morning, and at the evening, and at even, my wife died. And
skip up to 16. Skip up to 16, just to give everybody context. All right. Start at 15. Start at 15.
Also, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shalt thy tears run down.
So the Lord is telling Ezekiel, I'll take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke, meaning with one movement, I'll take away the prize of your life, what you love more than anything else. Like saying the apple of your eye. The Lord is saying, I'll take away the desire of your eye with a stroke. It's not going to be like, you know, months of sickness and you have time to prepare yourself. It's going to be like boom.
So the stroke is like a stroke of a pen. I got stroke today.
It could be a stroke like that too. Like a stroke comes on what? Sudden. It comes on so sudden, you could get a stroke while you're driving. Right? It could be like that too. You know what I mean? Like, and that's probably where they get the stroke of a pen, like the stroke of a pen, or that, or vice versa, describing that medical condition as a stroke. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Forbear to cry, make no mourning for the dead, bind the tire of thine head upon thee, and put on thy shoes upon thy feet, and cover not thy lips, and eat not the bread of men.
Right? So the Lord promised to kill Ezekiel's wife. Right? Because why? Ezekiel loved his wife more than love itself. His wife meant everything to him. And you can't love nothing more than the Lord. Right? And now let me ask you all a question.
That's right.
Understanding this, did Ezekiel love his wife?
Not understanding this.
Break it down to Zapwan. I just saw a white woman jogging down the street. No, that means something. Have you ever seen a white person jogging? Go, Rada, look, just put your head out here and look left. Isn't there a devil running down the street? Brother, that's the end of this neighborhood. I'm telling you straight up and down. That's the end of this neighborhood. Don't people get slaughtered on this block at least 4 times for the year? You coming back from camp, the police putting up the yellow tape and asking you, hey, you all see anything? No. And brother, a devil and jogging, I mean like hippie jogging with the hat and the little sweater and the shorts and jogging. She's comfortable to jog here. This neighborhood is over. Y'all pack up. Y'all hear me out there. Y'all pack up. Y'all look for a new location. When you see white people moving in your zone, brother, it's over. It's a wrap. I'm telling you, all you got to see now is some devil with flip-flops walking one of them little mini dogs. You see that outside there? Oh my God, it's over. That shit was such like a, it's like seeing a pig fly. That's why I said just saw a white woman walk. Seeing somebody like that jogging here.
Come on, that's it. Right.
I mean, you probably had to know the area. You brothers know the area. Where the hell you jogging from? Brother, it's over. You see all this what you are enjoying, the pits outside, the music. Yeah, what's going on, Bridget? Yeah, manners. Manners over, nigga. It's over.
That's right.
Get ready for pumpkin spice lattes. It's over. God damn, man. That was like a revelation right there. What? Like it caught my eye so because it's out of place. It's absolutely out of place. It's like, give me the white area in Birmingham. Goldfield Mosley. You go there and start walking around. What's going to happen? He's going to pull up and say, what's you doing in this neighborhood? Huh? Because somebody would call because you ain't supposed to be here. That ain't supposed to be here.
That's right.
That's ridiculous. I mean, goddamn. Shit. You all know. I gave you a fair warning. And then Commander Yahanna raised me right. He showed me the signs. You see that, pack up. Start. Don't be the last to leave the block. Right?
So like the other one. Same with Manchester. Like when they gentrified the place and they started to build up a place called Hume and all that. That's what you started to see. Like, you know, heathens able to walk around now. Now you see 2 of them holding hands, you know, 2 LGBTs holding hands now, walking them little dog, like you say, and the place is finished, man.
Finished, that's them declaring that this is mine. Like a dog pissing on a hydrant. That's them declaring that, you know, it's a matter of time. Y'all, you know, listen, you're gonna start seeing them walking when class is over. 9, 10 o'clock at night. You're going to see them walking when normally people is not going to be walking because of the area. It's crazy. So now, understanding that, is up and break it down. Did Ezekiel love his wife?
Oh, Salakia, yeah. Understanding that now, then no, because no.
Because what would he have done if he loved his wife?
He would serve the Lord.
That's it. Like, people in the world think the opposite. People in the world think,
okay,
you love your family, you love your kids, you love this, you love that. When in reality, understanding life, If you love your children, you would obey the law. If you love your mother ain't your mother, your father, they ain't got to be in the truth. They ain't got to, love what you love or understand what you understand or live how you live. But if you love them, you would serve the Lord. You would serve the Lord. You would go to camp. You would come in here and change your life. Your sisters would come in here and buckle in and help the truth. Cook, clean, help brothers braid their hair. Everybody should be paying their tithes. You would come and serve the Lord so that the Lord don't kill somebody who you love. Because that's who the Lord is. The Lord is not that some sissy, man. The Lord is what you would call a gangster. You would be like, damn, he ain't got no mercy. No, he ain't. No, not even what you thinking of. He's not that type of person. If you really love the Lord, you would do what he say to do.
That's right.
You would obey him. You would serve him. You would be gung-ho about what he wants so that your loved ones would be safe. You get the point? You would do that. All right. So here the Lord killed Ezekiel's wife and he gave him instructions. He said, you will not mourn or weep or shed tears. He forbid Ezekiel to even cry. It's rough. That's rough. Since you read about a brother losing his daughter, you down here wanted to cry. You thought he killed her. You was going to cry for a story. Imagine if this is your own child, right? Go ahead.
My person beat me and say, "Shut up, man." I thought that was cool. I'm gonna not cry. Don't say the same thing.
Right. What does he say? He say, make no mourning for the dead. Bind the tire of thy head. He's saying, put that mitre on. That's what a tire is. And put thy shoes on thy feet. And don't cover your lips. Meaning, go out to camp and don't, just because you in mourning, stand on post and say you ain't want to speak. That's the evilest thing. And that is a demon. I'm going to tell you straight up. Sometimes some shit could happen to your brother. And you don't want to speak because you effed up over it. You wrecked out the frame over it. Go up there and explode on the mic. Go up there and let it out. Let them have it. Because guess what? Israel is in pain just like you. We're not different. And somebody in the crowd might need to hear you say what you say. Somebody who's at camp might need to hear you say that to be like, damn, that's exactly how I feel. And you see them, they're a little far off, sitting on a pot somewhere, leaning up on a wall, and they just listen. They're listening for 3-4 hours because you talking to their soul. You talking to their very soul. And we are people, sometimes we can't articulate how we feel. We can't articulate what's going on with us. And then somebody says it. And it's like every fiber of your body comes alive because it's saying what you've been wanting to say. You just didn't know you wanted to say it. You get the point? Go ahead, you was going to say something?
Yeah, I remember I was younger in the truth for that. The comment was messed up, man. I called you like, yo, I don't. It was a Friday ago. I don't.
You called me?
Yeah,
that was a mistake.
I was like, I don't know about that.
You should not call me.
I was like, can I get an excuse to stand down tomorrow? In my mind, I was like, I'm gonna lay out to you. The shit is so
it makes sense. I probably was young in the truth then. I would have said, you know what, I was gonna give you the day off, but being that you tell me you're in pain, and I really fuck with your mind now. Nah, brother, like you don't understand. The podium is medicine for you and for Israel. So like Hakeem, you was gonna say something?
So I was just gonna say how the Most High dealt with Ezekiel just reminds me of how black people's parents deal with us. Get beaten, shut up, don't cry, and carry on doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? So the traits are very the same as how we get
that part. No, that part is different. That part is different. That shut up, that comes from slavery. Most of the beatings you get, most of the discipline you get as a child, brother, comes from slavery. You get it? Right. Even if you would go in and pick a switch, like, what the fuck we talking about, really? You get the point? Most of that comes from slavery. You get the point?
Right.
This year is different. This year is different. This is, the Lord is saying, because if you're mourning, you can't go. If you're sad, you can't speak. If you're crying, how are you going to speak? You just lost somebody. Most people need a year to recover from a relative that close. The Lord saying, now you loved her too much. Okay, really, when the Lord punishes you, or the Lord punishes us, he wants you to feel how you make him feel. You understand? That's what the Lord wants.
Right.
Like whatever punishment you get and you going through and you like, damn, this is effed up, blah, 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 blah. That's how you've been making him feel.
Concept.
So he's teaching you a lesson.
Right. So the difference is what you're saying, Salaki, is the difference is that those beatings that we got as children growing up was from slavery, and the difference is Ezekiel loved his wife more than well, Tizapon broke it down now, but he was mourning basically. So it's a kind of difference, mourning and beatings for something that you haven't done. Two different things.
So just look at it like this, right? Your parents did the best they could with the little they had, and most of it, you know, if they had what you had, it would, you know, they wouldn't have handled you the way they handled you. They wouldn't have handled us the way they handled us. You get the point? Okay, everybody can remember some instance or few instances, or on the regular is like, yo, what the hell is wrong with this person? They did the best they could. We're talking about the Lord's judgment, which is different. Lord's judgment is his judgment, and it's right because he's seeing everything that's going on. He's seeing what you're doing. You get the point? Parents could get it wrong. You understand? Which is why in here, you start calling for counsel with your kids. The first thing they would tell you, the generals always would tell me when I was young, when I first start having kids, is like, don't discipline them when you're angry. Because number one, they're kids. Their body can't take it. You're going to be hitting them like hitting a man. Their body can't take it. And number two, it's the action of discipline the kid is like a release for your anger and not more based on the punishment. You get the point? Okay, so you don't want to do that. And everybody in here, show your hand if you get angry ass beatings before. Just straight up angry shit that you just like, what the hell? All I did was like you get some old trembling ass beatings out because your parents is frustrated from being in the world. They're frustrated. They come home, they're angry, they're working hard, the bills not adding up, something happened. You all have school uniforms up here, right? You remember writing on your pants or your skirts, right? You had a gray or a brown pants, and you just take a pen. You ain't thinking. You just in your own mind, and you draw some design on your pants that costs how much pounds to make and carried by the seamstress to sew and whatever else. Oh, brother. You'll get beat for that pants. You're going to grab a piece of paper and some soap while you're getting beat and start to rub the pants out. Because you're trying to save your ass. That comes from, okay, the pants don't mean shit. The pants is worthless. But that comes from being oppressed so much. All the parent sees is another bill. Right. Immediately, they don't see this child probably is an artist. And it's expressing themselves. Might be conflicted and just drawing. All they see is another bill. And that means all this money, all this bullshit are taken on this job, I'll go take more of it now. I told you before, didn't I tell you? You just hear, it's not healthy. And your parents did the best they could have. They didn't know no better. They really didn't. And because you have the truth and you have men who could counsel you, you want to get counsel on how to deal with them. You want to hold back. You want to, make sure it's right. Don't take discipline totally away. You're going to wreck your child. You're going to go from one extreme to the next. You're going to go from beating too much to not beating at all. And you're going to have just the same spoiled apple. You want to be tempted. You're going to be able to communicate things to the child. You want them to understand this is punishment. This is what you get. Consequences versus they're just angry. Like, I don't understand why this happened. And now they grew up rebelling. You get the point? You wanted them to have more understanding. So it's different. What happened here is you provoke the Lord to jealousy, so now he gonna hurt you. You hurt him, he's gonna hurt you.
Right.
Get it, boy? He's telling you, say, I'm a jealous God. He's telling it to you. He's being honest with you. And still you would go bow down to a rock. Still you would go worship Caesar Borgia. Still you would say what? God is God by any name. He's not having it. He's going to hurt you. And when you're hurt now, you're going to cry on to him. And the scriptures say he will laugh at your calamity. That's in the Bible.
Right.
That's in the Bible. The Lord is not to be played with, man. He's not. Right? So to that one, you understand?
Kind of don't can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Question online, sir.
Rida, let's try it for a second. Let's close it up. Close up this, just the door, leave the windows. And let's just see if that helps. How does it feel in here to you?
Better now.
No sweat, no sweat. All right, let's just try it like that and see, all right? All right, let me know if it's starting to feel different to you.
The brother says, Lord and Christ, sir, if I could, the angel who visited Mary and Joseph, was it a spirit? And if so, why didn't they understand what Yahanna was speaking or when he said he was about his father's business?
Okay. The angel that visited Mary and Joseph was an angel. You can't see a spirit. You can't see a spirit. You could see a person who has a spirit, whether it's the Holy Spirit or a demon or zeal or whatever. You can see that, you could see the spirit on a person, but you can't just see, a spirit. You get the point? Say again?
You see the zeal in the person, but you can't see the zeal.
You can't see the zeal. Without the person, there's no zeal to see. There's nothing to see without the person. You get the point? You got to see, or you see their works, whatever they did. You could look at them and be like, okay, person had some zeal. So the angel that came to Mary and Joseph, I believe is Gabriel or Gabar Allah, which is no, not Gabar Allah. Is Gabar Allah? Gabar Allah, right? That was an actual angel. That was they would see like a man. It doesn't specify if it had the description in that it has in Ezekiel with the 4 faces or the wings. It don't specify that. But this was an angel of the Lord. This was a person they saw that spoke to both of them. All right. What's the other question?
He said, basically saying, if they knew that Christ came from the Most High, then why would it complex when they said, I'm about my father's business?
Okay, who's the person who asked it?
This is I.S.U.P.K. ban Yahanna.
I.S.U.P.K ban Yahanna. Do you have children? His answer is Putkano La'a. Right. Also, get me the scripture where Christ was in the synagogue debating with the doctors and the lawyers. Somebody have it? All right. Did the brother answer?
Not a shit, sir.
Okay. After 2, we had to get into this thing with the riots, with the UK riots. Boy, this is a real good time for you all to be living. Then let me start off. Cap, let me know when you have it. All right. Let me start off first with saying, start buying 2 cases of water instead of 1. For every 1 you drink, put 1 in storage. Find a place in your house. You all don't have basements here, right?
I got basement.
So some houses have basements, right? Clear a spot in the basement. Go in the back of Waitrose or Tesco. You'll see I learn in my stores, right? You gotta give me a hand for that. I learn in my surroundings. Waitrose, Tesco, all these, Asda. Listen, man, I'm right there. Go in the back there and get some of them old pallets. Ask them if they could take an old pallet. Get 2 of them pallets, go put them in your basement or a room in the house, put them on the floor, especially if it's the basement, because you want it off the ground so it don't get flooded or the moisture from the ground don't start to go into your goods. And start stocking up on your water. Every 1 you buy for the house, buy 1 for storage. Every toilet paper, you need to buy that shit. I'm going to tell you straight up. Every pack you buy a pack for the house. I'd advise you go to them warehouses. You all have Costco here? Costco, I don't think the other stores have them big, 36 rolls. They don't have them in them, regular Aldi's and stuff, right? You'll go Costco. You'll get a big pack of toilet paper. The pack big about this table, like 30 or 40 rolls in it, right? Start buying those, stocking them up. You know what I mean? But of course, within your budget, what you could afford. But at the same time, you probably want to cut back on some pleasures so you could buy for tomorrow. You get the point? You try to buy, some canned food that would last. You get the point? Because, brother, it's looking like a time is coming. That's what it's looking like right now. It's looking like a time is coming, brother, where you ain't gonna be able to go in the streets no more. And goods ain't gonna be coming in. You know what I mean? You might wanna, this legal? This legal for your house? For your house, you could have this? You might want to see the brother and get a few of these. This is excellent right here. I'm telling you, something is coming to this place that you're all not ready for. Something is coming to this place that we are absolutely not ready for. Commander General Yahanna done put together a whole PDF file for it. Contact the camp leader in any city you're in to get it. I mean, everything from medicines, certain medicines to have, band-aids to have, knives, certain feminine care, of course, feminine care products for them sisters. You want to start stocking up on that thing because it could be bad if, certain things cut off. Because it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good out there. Right? What's the scripture also?
Luke 2. Luke 2 and 46. And it reads, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, both hearing them and asking questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed.
Where does it say his age? It tells you his age somewhere.
41. Luke 2 and 41. Now, his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the Passover. And when he was 12 years old.
When he was how old?
12 years old.
When he was how old?
12 years old.
Go ahead.
They went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So now, hold on. This is Passover time. Y'all been to Passover, right? Y'all see how it be. Now imagine, whatever city we go to, the whole city is there for Passover. You get the point? Just imagine the whole zone, the airport, everybody there for that. The hotels, all the hotels is packed up. That hotel we was in last time, I think we was in the entire hotel. You get the point? Everything is passed. The car rentals, everybody's Passover. Keep going.
Verse 40. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it.
So now, you don't understand this. Did Elazar respond?
He said, Khan, he has children.
Yeah, children. All right, Elazar. So I ain't going to ask you how old the kids are, but let's imagine you have a 12-year-old son. And at this time, this is your only son. And this is the son. An angel came to you and tell you this boy is going to do some shit that nobody ever see, and he going to be the answer to the people. And you leave in the Passover. You all left Passover before, right? You all finished Passover, done. Everybody hugs, kisses. Cars take you out to the airport, right?
All
of you all in here. Just imagine you can't find one of them kids. You're in the airport. You're walking to TSA. Can't find none. Gate 5 boarding. Or if you're the airlines, I like to travel with it. Something like this. With a plane 9:45. What the fuck you say? Right? Keep reading.
But they supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinfolk and acquaintances.
Now, that's typical for Israel. Just think about it. You go to some fun fair or some, day party, or you don't have blockos no more, right? That's old school. Blockos, like you like how this street is here is one way and it's like a side street. They'll block off the top, block off the bottom, speakers out, and it's just like you'll still do that. What you always call it?
You call it block party.
Block party. In Trinidad they call it blocko. The old school would call it blocko because it's blocked off.
We don't have blocks.
No, we're not. It's not because you have blocks. It's that it's blocked off. You block off the cars from coming through. So imagine something like that, and everybody around the whole zone. If you can't find the kid, it's like he's somewhere playing. That's in your mind. So there's like they assumed he was in the company, meaning where we at verse 40. Supposing he had been in the company, meaning in the whole crew that moved it. They say, well, he a young boy. He's 12. He's a boy. He's 12. Of course, he don't want to hold mommy hand. He want to run and tumble and, do what boys do. They say, well, he in the company. So we ain't sweating it. Just think all family. Everybody living in the area, family. So they say, well, he in the company. So after they're acquiring from their friends and kinfolks and everybody they know, hey, where you Yahushua? You see Yahushua? Where he at? Go ahead.
Oh, God. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And when
they ain't find him, there's like, we had to go back to Jerusalem now. We had to go back and find him. I just think, okay, even now it's scary to think about, but just think of a time where you ain't even scared. You lose the child. Oh, he in the company somewhere. But that's also the UPK. When you go to the Passover and you sit down with sisters and brothers who you ain't seeing forever, and them kids just all over the place, just every time you see them, they're missing their headpiece or a sash or some shit. Go ahead.
I found a couple kids, found them. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's it. They just come up and they tongue on the fringe. Have you seen my mommy? Who's your mommy? What's her name? Mommy. And that's just that. Don't nobody trip about nothing. Because the society will take care of the kids, and it's similar to what you're seeing here. They ain't even tripping, and they're going from one city to another one. Right? Go ahead.
And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions.
Right? So now, it ain't say, after 30 minutes or 3 hours. It said 3 days, meaning they had to sleep somewhere. And I mean, sisters, y'all know yourself. Y'all ain't sleeping. Y'all talking shit. Mary probably talked so much shit to Joseph that night. And Joseph probably asked the Lord to send the angel to talk to Mary. She probably was losing her mind for her boy. You get the point?
Oh, God.
And then after 3 days, they find this nigga in the temple arguing with adults. You have to understand it from that point of view. Joseph and Mary was not in the truth. They were parents who was privileged to bring forth Christ. But they was not in the truth. They didn't understand this thing. It's like most of your parents, they'll come in, man, listen. One brother, I ain't gonna call his name, one brother, not in this school though, not in this camp of me, but I know a particular brother. We were looking for a certain thing in the area, and this he had a relative who, she deals with stuff like that for her slavery. And, he put her on to me, give me her number, and I'm talking to her about letting her know what it is I need and stuff like that. And, she's like, listen, I don't believe in nothing y'all doing. I don't believe. First, she asked if we part of them purple faggots. And as soon as I said, hell no, she said, good, because I don't like them. Give her a hand. Then she said, I'm Christian. And no, because it was somewhere around Christmas time. So she said, Merry Christmas. I said, well, sis, I don't celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? I mean to offend you, but I understand. She said, well, listen, I don't know what y'all believe in, and I don't really care either. I don't like y'all. I don't, meaning like how we operate and stuff like that. She said, but my relative, so-and-so, I'm calling him by his slave name, been a knucklehead since 2000 something. And I given up on him. I talked to his parents, I given up on him. But I seen, if you're responsible for how he is now, Call me for anything you all need in the area. That's what she said. She said they didn't believe he could turn around. And this brother done been through everything you could think about, up and down. And she said, if y'all could do that with him, I want to see y'all do that with everybody in the community because we need help. And she's talking from like a woman's perspective. You get the point? She's talking from that perspective of a woman who's seeing young brothers fall by the wayside, die, go into prison, all that type of stuff. And she see what the UPK is doing. And she say, if y'all could do that with him, y'all need to be everywhere. Just call me for whatever. I'll do whatever to help y'all. Now, I ain't going to believe what y'all believe. But shit, if y'all could do more with more people like what y'all do with him, I'm with y'all. Now, is she in the truth? Hell no. She don't understand nothing. But she's seeing what's going on. Mary and Joseph wasn't in the truth. They didn't fully get it. They don't fully understand what Christ had to do. But these is two parents that lost the child for 3 days. 3 days. And he's 12 years old. Passover season. So it's, hundreds of thousands of people. And they found him after 3 days. Keep reading.
And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers.
What was he at again?
I'm at 47.
47, go ahead.
And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers.
Go ahead.
And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him.
So now, everybody who was there, who hear him talking, they were amazed and astonished at his understanding and his answers. They was in awe. They was listening. They was blown away by the shit he was dropping, right? And his mother, go ahead.
Come.
48.
And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I sought thee, sorrowing.
So they say, Son, why hast thou dealt so with us, right? That's what they're saying, right? Why have thou dealt thus with us? Meaning, why you do me like this? You here, we looking for you, we sorrowing, we crying, thinking the worst. Why you deal with, just like a parent, why you doing this? They don't really understand. They don't really get it because they ain't any truth out. Hey, what was the brother's exact question again?
Exact question was, he said, Lord in Christ, if the angel came and visited,
give me the second part.
Why they didn't understand what Yahanna was speaking of, and he said he was about his father's business.
He's right. Keep reading.
And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Go ahead.
And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And
go ahead.
And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. And his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor of the Most High and man.
Right? So he said, you don't know I'm about my father's business? She didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. Because what child has a business? What child goes off for 3 days? Who fed you? Where you sleep? Who's protecting you? That's concerns of a parent, right or wrong? They're expecting whatever he's supposed to do, that's great, to happen when? Think of being a parent. When he's older, maybe around 16, 17, 18, they're expecting that. They don't think, at 12, 10 years old, this child is, ready for the world. They don't think that. Come on. Well, okay, that's slightly go ahead, you got a roll? All right, no, so you have to shut up a thumb. So good to see you. Lord, I'll see you on Saturday too, all right? Try and link it up good. You all know Saturday we're gonna be in Leicester. You know what I mean? Cap, see if you could let them know if they could slide down over there for them. Right? We're gonna be in Leicester this Saturday at the Caribbean Center. You know what I mean? Rocking it out. holding it down. So you could come on down there in Leicester. If you're in Nottingham, you know, you'll make the trip. You're in Birmingham, make the trip. We're going to be in Leicester this Saturday, I believe, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at that community center. You'll come on down, support, let everybody know we're going to be all the way down there. And that's it. Come bring your questions. So now, since you're asking, did they believe he was going to be great? Okay, they believe like imagine a coach tell you your son, and you know, he going to be great. So what? All right, so what? Imagine a coach tell you your son going to be great at football. Do you think that, you know, Real Madrid going to sign him now? Not in your wildest dreams, right? Ever, right? Look up for me Lionel Messi. Everybody know Messi, right? You know that's a devil. He ain't no brother. He ain't no Argentinian. He's an Italian. But that's what's coming to mind now. Look up when he signed for Barcelona. Look up the age he signed. What does it say? You can just go to his profile. Rob, and see if you find it for me. You find it?
Yeah, it said Leonardo. How old was Messi when he joined Barcelona? 13.
13 years old. That's when he signed for Barcelona. You get the point? He was from Argentina. Everybody had to move. Now, there's tapes of him playing for, you know, youth league, and he was good. Did his parents one day think he's going to be the breadwinner at 12? Not in the slightest. You get the point? Come on.
The angel told his dad that he's going to be, you know, because he said it wasn't the truth, but then what made him believe that then?
Because it's something standing in front of you out of nowhere. Okay, if you in your house, and let's say you pregnant, or you pregnant, and you worrying, everybody remember the first time they get pregnant, right? The sisters, brothers too, right? You ain't want to tell nobody. You're scared. You're wearing all the big clothes. You know what I mean? Just think that part. Just remember that part where it's like, oh boy, just right in that moment, them first few days or months or however it took. And then you sitting in your room and you thinking about it, and somebody just sit in the chair right next to you and lean forward. Hey, don't worry about it. That child is of the Lord. That child is of the Holy Spirit. Don't even sweat it. What are you going to think? Okay, if not, but so where does this person come from? Where the person come from? And how the stranger know you're pregnant? You ain't showing them. Even if it's a brother, nobody know if he, you know, pregnant. When I say pregnant, meaning he is expecting. This angel come and said, this is what's going to happen. Come on.
You know, with them, like they go Passover every year. That's what they did anyway. You say not the truth, but it's something they did anyway.
Okay. All of Israel wasn't in the truth. You get the point? Being in the truth is what? What is being in the truth? No. Nope. That's not being in the truth.
The spirit of the truth.
What does that mean? Hell, you're a lawyer. She doesn't lawyer up the answer. She drew up the answer. That's a whole Jew lawyer answer right there. What's the truth? The spirit of the truth.
If I could,
go ahead, Robin.
Is it it's rare. It's rare to be in the truth.
You are not a lawyer in training. Robin just come there. He's a junior prosecutor.
It being the truth, doing the law, statutes, and commandments, and following the man the Lord said as well.
That's it. That's what being in the truth is. Being in the truth is having the spirit of Christ. The Sadducees and Pharisees follow the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why they brought the woman caught in adultery to be stoned. Right? They did not have the spirit of Christ. Neither did they follow him. You have to follow the man who the Lord chose. That's imperative. You don't have to know a law The disciples didn't know shit. Excuse my language. They didn't know nothing. What do you all say in here? F all? They didn't know F all. They didn't know nothing. Were they any truth? Yes. They didn't know anything. No. Christ would routinely say, how long do I have to do this? Something. He grew tired of how juvenile they remained because they were so young in the truth. This is like, he rolling with a ton of troopers. You get the point? It's they really didn't know anything. All they knew is, I'm following him. Whatever he said to do, I'm doing it. I'm following him. I know if he says something, it's good as gold. Now you're in the truth. Now you're in the truth. That's what killed me with these fake Israelites. I talk about law, statutes, and commandments. Law, statutes, and commandments. It don't mean shit if you ain't following the man who the Lord sent. That don't mean nothing. Right. Did John the Baptist follow all the commandments? Yes. It says there's no greater prophet than John the Baptist. Did he follow Christ? Hell no.
Right.
He rejected Christ. He prophesied about Christ. And when Christ showed up, he didn't follow him.
Right.
You get the point? So even though they're going to the Passover and stuff, it's you would think they should, but remember, this is our national thing. It's not like how it is now where we reclaim in our history. This is, we in it, we living in it, but we don't have the spirit of the Lord. You understand? That's what was missing, the spirit of the Lord, right? It's one thing to be in the truth. It's another thing to have the truth in you. You understand? It's a different level to the thing. So they obeying the laws of the land. The laws of the land say go Passover. The law of the land say circumcise on the 8th day. The law of the land say this. The law of the land say that. But they don't understand the spirit of what the Lord wants. They don't get it. And they don't have to get it because it's not their job. Right? So now that's what's going on. They don't understand it, and he's been missing. So when, it said they didn't really understand it, it's like, he's just 12. What could he do at 12? Remember, they're not looking at him like he's the king, right? If they was looking at him like he is the king, if they was looking at him like he was special, what would happen?
Slacky.
They wouldn't pressure him, like, why you do me like this?
I'll take that. I'll come into your sister. Zap one.
Because they would have protected him and, know his whereabouts at all times, and bring him to the temple and that. Yeah.
They would have been there with him.
That's it. If they knew who he was, wherever he going, they're going with him. They wouldn't let him go nowhere. They would not, you can't, what I mean? Versus he's just a boy. He probably playing, he in the company. You get the point? If they knew who he was, the approach would have surely been different. Peter knew who he was. And what did Peter do? Remember? Go ahead to Zap one.
Yeah, sliced off a man's ear in his defense.
Well, he didn't slice off the ear. I'll give you something else. Go ahead, sis. Okay, Peter didn't slice the ear off. Peter was going to kill the centurion, and he happened to cut the ear off. Get the point?
Yeah.
So you already tell them already. Sweat. It's all good. Right? Peter was going to kill that centurion. He was going to put the blade to his neck or his head. And he ended up cutting the ear off. Like Christians will tell you, Peter sliced the ear off like he. Watch it. See there? See on the floor there? That's not what happened, Doc. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Peter understood, and still he was wrong for what he did in the spirit. In the spirit of it, he was wrong for what he did. Back to his parents. His parents didn't fully get it. They didn't. That's their son. That's their boy. That's what they're looking at. He understood it. They didn't. You get the point? He had the spirit of the Lord. They didn't fully get it. The spirit of the Lord didn't exist really until him. Everything before him was, this is law, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, this stripe for stripe, whatever. He came and he brought what the Father really wants.
Right.
The Father don't want to cut your hand off. He don't want to take your eye. He wants you to be this way. He wants you to forgive your brother. He don't want you all fighting and beefing, and you take his eye, or he take your hand, and then he's giving you how the Father feels. You get the point? That's what Christ was doing for us. Because Christ is like a big brother who understands daddy. Imagine you have a family where the father might have 8 children, but there's a gap between child number 1 and child number 2. There's a gap. There's probably a good 10-year gap. So that child is older. And then after the second child, everybody closer together. And they can't really get their father. But that older one, he understands because he was 10 when they were born. So he understands being a 10-year-old and daddy. Then he understands now being 20 years old and daddy. And now they're 10 and 8 and 9 now. And he sits down there and say, listen, man, the man don't operate like that. This is how he wants it to move. When he tell you to do this, do it, because blah, blah, blah. He giving you the whole vibe, understanding. And now you can really flow. Versus when he not there and you just don't understand your father and you're rebelling and he whooping your ass and there's no mediator. There's nobody to translate between us and him. That's Christ. You get the point?
Oh, God.
So his parents didn't fully get it. They didn't fully understand it. All right? Because they're parents. That's just like you. You be parents. You don't know. You might be sitting on a gold mine, all your children. You don't know what the hell the Lord going to do. You get the point? That's Simone Biles. You all know that Simone Biles girl, who they say is the greatest gymnastist ever. She was brought up in foster care. Okay, there's a few of them there was dissing.
There was one that was good and saying, "Oh, look at the hair and whatnot."
Well, there's a few of them. She's not the first one. They said that this year. There's another one called Gabby Douglas. They used to call her the flying squirrel and make fun of her hair and say it was because she had a little buck teeth. And she would do the double bars and the flips. And they say she's the flying squirrel and she had coarse hair like cotton. Because of course she competing. She ain't trying to get a perm and get a toothbrush and do the shit the sisters do. She just pull that shit back in one and go. And they would talk so much shit about her. You get the point? So she's not the first one, but that Simone Biles she's the one who they outlaw her own routines because other people was getting hurt trying to do it. And they outlaw it. They say that's illegal to do because she's the only one who could do it. That's how good she was. Or good she is. She's still competing. You know, she grew up in foster care. And I think her grandparents adopted her and her siblings after.
Right.
You think if her mother knew this was the future greatest gymnastist ever, and her father, that they would have split up and go separate ways and get hooked on drugs? You think if LeBron James' father knew who he would be, he would, leave out? You think who else? Mayweather. You get the point?
Oh, God.
Like their parents are. They're just, parents trying to survive, trying to go through life. They don't have the understanding you have now. You have understanding that's, has perspective on it. You have hindsight. You understand the whole picture. They're right there in it. Going out the house, seeing Roman soldiers, knowing about Caesar and tribute to Caesar, and you gotta pay tithes and tribute to Caesar. That's where they are. They don't understand all this that he gonna do. They're not even thinking about that. This is just a boy, and he's a good boy. That's what they know. Like this young brother here, he good. He's good. And shit, forget about it if he's actually doing miracles around the house. Man, who knows if he was doing stuff around the house we don't even know about. You get the point? They just didn't understand it. They didn't get it. And he's so young. All right. And this instance here, where they went to him in the temple, this instance here is you have to understand the anxiety that goes with losing your child for 3 days and then finding him and he say, I'm about my father's business. You're going to be like, yo, what you talking about? What you talking about? You get the point? That's what's going on with them. You got to understand the reality of it. You got to understand, put yourself in the reality of it. You'll see. Don't don't be spiritualist and don't be, what's the word? Not spiritual is what I'm looking at. Almost like superstitious, like, well, this is a holy child, so this is supposed to be holy. Don't look at it like that. Joseph had physical sex with Mary. This is a physical baby, and he missing for 3 days. Nigga, what the hell you talking about father's business? Your daddy there.
Right.
Just think, you know, reality, right? So I hope you understand it, Islas. All right, good. What time we have? We after 9? Damn, let's get a little bit of this thing here. Okay, so boom. All right, so boom. What we have? We have Slack, it says, go ahead.
I had a question about the rights.
I'm going into it. Come on with your question.
Well, I'll read it down, but shortly.
Give me 15 minutes on the time, man, please.
I just said, are the reason for the riots happening because of the white man in power? So where he's like spreading misinformation about immigration for his own problems. So is it that the white man is spreading information saying that these immigrants, they're you know, they're violent, they're taking our jobs, X, Y, Z, when in fact it's because of capitalism, and it's in fact the fact the white man, he's the majority, so he's the one that spreads, he's the one that does more violence, he's the one that has messed up the economy, isn't immigration. So is that the reason for the riots at the moment, because of the white man?
Okay, come on.
She's a child of immigrants.
Okay, you're not a child of an immigrant.
No, both my parents were born here.
No, even if you were the child of a slave.
That's right.
You understand? Give me uprisings of the people. I think it's in the Apocrypha. Right? You the child of slaves. All right. It's different, you know, with being the child of the immigrants that they're talking about. All right. Okay, so you're saying, is it him spreading misinformation and what else he said?
Because how these to start, because I read a lot about them, was the stabbing with the 3 young girls that happened in Stoutport, and then someone had said, oh, it's an immigrant that did it, and then obviously all the ignorant white people come out. But it wasn't even an immigrant, and with all what they're saying, oh, we want our country back, and we're scared for our kids. The statistics is that the white man's the highest in domestic violence, is the highest in molestation. He's the one that does it the most. So why are they angry at immigrants? So are they using like immigrants as scapegoats?
Okay. You have to understand the complexity of this. First off, you just came out of an election in UK, right? You had Rishi Sunak, who was what, last prime minister? Right? Rishi Sunak had this whole scheme, even the way how they say it, scheme. They don't even say policy or nothing. We have this scheme and that scheme, and a scheme is some old nasty plot. There's some scheme where I think there was is either 120 million pounds or 240. Somebody check it out, with the Rwandan government, where they was going to deport the illegal immigrants coming on the boats from mainland Europe to Rwanda. And they was going to pay the Rwandan government to build infrastructure and buildings and hospitals and employ people to take these immigrants, right? But of course, that's taxpayers' money. You got to remember 8 years ago with Brexit, the whole argument with Brexit was that England is spending way too much money on non-English. Way too much money is going on non-English. We're going to have the Brexit so we can have more jobs and more money for the local people, right? So now you have a government who a year ago, was it a year? When did Queen Elizabeth die? A year, last year?
2 years ago.
2? I remember. That was last year?
No,
it was a year before. You're right. 2 years ago. Damn. Bitch, that's all. I think it's 2022. I think it's 22. Remember, they spent like something like 400 million or something like that. It was just the whole burial thing, the whole thing from, you know, the body going to Edinburgh and the gun salute and the, you know, everything cost a rack of money. And people was against it. Now he come, and of course, he's not considered what? English. He's considered what? An immigrant. He's considered an immigrant. You get the point? That's what he's considered, an immigrant. You have to understand the white man's code words, and Britain is very skillful in vocabulary, extremely skillful in saying certain things. They're so skillful. You think this is about immigrants. This is not about immigrants. What is this about, sis?
I was like ignorance. Yeah.
No, this is about race.
Mhm.
Immigrant means race.
Mhm.
When they say immigrants, they're saying non-white.
Mhm.
That's what they're saying. Because
Right.
why? I'm sure you could find crimes of Irish people, and let me say Irish because Irish is part of the UK, right?
Come on.
You may have crimes done by Germans or Frenchmen. They would not say an immigrant because he's white. This is about race. That's what you need to understand. And the immigrant they're talking about right now, the specific race, is, I want the right answer.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sapon.
They're talking about blacks and Indians.
No.
Like blacks and Indians.
No.
Mm.
No.
Okay.
It is him, but I want you to say it a certain way to drive the point. Come on, sis.
Good, sir.
No. You're right, but you want to say it a certain way.
If I could, I'd one.
Go ahead, Rahman.
Muslims.
No.
What?
The race they're talking about is not us. That's what you want to say. That's what you want to understand about this shit here. And you should celebrate. That's my brother LaFroggin. Let me pour some more of this LaFrogga. Because for once ever, there's knife crime in the country, and it's not us. It's not us. Thank the Lord. Listen, give the Lord a hand. Thank the Lord. A hand goes out to the parents of those kids who were stabbed. That should never happen to nobody. As a parent myself, I cannot imagine pulling up to a daycare or some dance studio or some football match and my child is under a blanket. So the whole block had to go at that point. Everybody who there, if anybody can't give me no answers, I'll lose my damn mind. What was done was vile and cowardly. It's an act of cowardice. It's low-hanging fruit. He didn't go in the police station and try to stab hardened men and trained men. He didn't go in the EDL headquarters and try to attack them. He does what heathens do, which is go after the weak and the maimed, like Amalek. Amalek, which is the biblical name of the Jewish man. What Amalek did to us coming out of Egypt, tried to smite behind most of us. That's what he did. But go ahead, you'll get down. We take a toast for that one. The immigrant they're talking about is not us. And by saying not us, this is what's going to happen. By saying, who knows, when I say the immigrant they're talking about is not us, what effect does that have? Come on, sis, I was hoping you answer.
It just shifts the attention upwards.
And what will happen?
What will happen? What do you mean, what will happen?
I'll explain to you.
So, for me,
come on.
Why is it you're saying, and not you're saying, the immigrant that they're fighting ain't us, that's true. But why every man that see EDL beat up is us?
Okay, I don't know if they're us.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know if they're us. And that's not true. I've seen some cops, some white cops get it. I've seen some white men get it. And I wouldn't separate it. I wouldn't separate EDL and Palestinian or Pakistani or Sikh. I wouldn't separate it. I wouldn't say like the EDL beating up this. And this is all their fault. This is all. Listen, does the news separate gangs in London and say the Burger Boys and what was the other ones? John and who else? Who's the one in Tottenham? The TMD, Tottenham man them. Do they separate it and say, well, that's not the Burger Boys, Piers Morgan, that's Tottenham man them. Don't blame the Burger Boys for that. They say gangs. Don't separate that shit out. Don't separate it. The immigrants they're fighting against is not us. So therefore, I don't care about capitalism. That's right. And who ignorant and who not. They spray in the block, not my block. Because when they do it to us, do the other nations say, well, the white man is ignorant? These Windrush people built the country. Do they say that?
No.
They say, well, you know, what did we went to an event in Erdington, brother. You could get a UK camper and Captain Yahanna. We went to an event in Erdington. I'm going to take this one. Went to an event in Erdington this weekend for a brother who was violently attacked by some Kurds and Albanians, pull him out the car, beat him up over him parking in a spot. He did nothing to them. Pulled his wife out the car and kick her in her back, and she's pregnant. Pregnant, brother. I mean, my blood is boiling now. And we there speaking, saying to separate and don't help these people as these, these white people start beating on them. Don't help them, don't step in, don't intervene. Brother, the comments is saying, well, if you want better treatment, tell your people don't rob our stores. That's what they said.
Right.
Say again?
Build your own shops. If black people are so great, they build your own
shops. As we speaking, this is what they saying from their stores. If black people are so great, build your own shops then. You stole our shops. The white man gave you our business, gave you loans. Like, this is the thing. They don't know their history. And damn, yeah, I'm mad. You'll come, Lester. I'm going to get the history. I'm mad I don't have the time. They think they came to England or came to the Caribbean and worked for what they had. They didn't work. Because they're weak, they're feeble people, which is why the empire wasn't built on their back. That's right. The empire was built on our back, but we did the work. They came in there to be slave masters, lieutenants. They came in there to be the foreman on the work, the foreman on the job. You ever go on a construction site and there's some clean man in a yellow jacket and a clean white hat, and he don't do shit? That's them. They were paid from the money that was generated by the slaves. They were given loans. They were given tax breaks. So now they could have businesses and bring people in. You try to bring your parents up, you ought to get a police record and show you have a certain amount of money in the bank. And this, that. You ought to jump through hoops to bring your people up from the Caribbean. But they getting to send the government giving them grants to bring their people over.
Yep, right.
They're the same. So don't tell me go work for your shop and build your shop and all these snarky remarks. You need the white man to build, to give you what you want. And now you're up. You think you could stunt. But no problem. You in nigger today. That's right. You in the nigger shoes now. Now you done crossed the oppressor. You done bit the hand that fed you. You done bit the hand that fed you. And it's not us. We don't got no stake in this thing right here. And I'm telling you, I beg you. I always say it in the UK, I beg you. Make me beg you a favor. Make me beg you something. I beg you. Don't jump in to help neither side. That's right. PDL, Palestine, Pakistan, Sheikh, Sunni, Shiite, whatever. That don't concern me. That's right. That don't concern me. That's the other street. That's their business. You and your children stay clear of that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Because when everything was aimed at you, nobody asked a question. Right. Go ahead, sis.
A lot of them are extremely ignorant. It's not just against the Pakistani man, against us too. So could they turn their attention to?
Well, I haven't seen them turn their attention on us. The EDL has been built on anti-Muslim rhetoric. It's been built on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, what is so deep about? They didn't have the same upbringing as us. We came over here as one man. That one man sent for another person and another person. The government allowed them to come here as a family.
Yeah.
You know, our plight and their plight is different.
It's totally different, absolutely different, brother. Listen, you remember, I don't know if you remember this, I don't know how much you would pay attention to like American news. But when Biden first got into office, Biden pulled out of Afghanistan real quick, right? Real quick. I think Trump was telling him, you can't do it that quick. They pulled out of Afghanistan. This is when you saw the footage of them Arabs jumping on the big C3 or C30 or whatever it is and falling out of the sky. You remember that? I remember that. And they came to England as well, right? I think it was like 250,000 they brought over.
No, 250,000, bro.
In Birmingham.
Yeah.
More in UK on the whole. Brother, in the United States, don't you know they gave those Afghans houses, loans, credit scores. You all have credit scores here?
Probably an equivalent with different name.
Yeah, you'll have a credit score system. Credit score, right?
Yeah.
It's you'll get a score based on how well you pay back loans and bills and all that type of shit. Just credit score.
We call it the same thing, credit score. So.
When you start a credit score, I don't think you start high. You start low. You start somewhere. See, I don't know what the scale is, but in the States it goes up to 800. You can start at like 5 or 6 maybe. They will start at 8. How do I know this? There's people who, always call the school and say, and they say, listen, man, one of those Afghans came into the store today, him and his whole family, and they came to get this particular setup for their family, right? And you have to run the credit in order to start the account. And all the adults have perfect credit. And the Afghan is telling him, yeah, we just came here, me and my family, we fled because of, the Americans pull out, and now you have I think it's ISIS that was ruling, and they fled. And he is looking at them like, how you have better credit than me? Because the government started them off there.
Right.
So how dare you get a gift and turn around, and the children of the parents who were vandalized and violated to pay your gift, you look at us like we nothing. Don't help them. Stay out the street. Stay separate. We don't have a dog in this fight here. This here is politics and race.
That's right.
That's what this is. Politics and race. Get out of it. Stay out of it. This is, so now Rishi Sunak, he said he devoted, I think, who knows the price? 200 and some. Sir, somebody had something to say? To Zapon, you were saying something?
I was earlier the one. Yeah, I was gonna say terrorist. the answer,
I like to use that word in a certain way, but this year that stabbing was definitely a terrorist attack. I don't care what nobody says. That drove terror into the hearts of children. I bet you every daycare or after school curriculum, something for kids is beefed up security now. You know what I mean?
I don't keep long it out, but that shit happens in the ends all the time. Not a problem.
Second?
Stuff like that happens in the ends all the time. Don't even make the news.
Oh, for real?
What happens in Southport? National riots, crazy.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. When crime is committed by the same race on the same race, it's not an issue. You understand? It's not as big as when another race does it. When another race does it, it's a violation. It's an act of war. You get the point? It's seen as, it's like the neighbor's son hitting your son versus your older son hitting your younger son. There's just them two niggas fighting. You get the point? But when the neighbor do it, nigga, you leave your house, come all the way over here and do this. What they teaching you over there, now you look at the whole zone like something wrong with you all. You get the point? Go ahead, sis.
Like, was it a white man the other day that had a machete and killed, I think she was a heathen, as a 15-year-old girl on the bus?
I don't know, you gotta bring it up. Where that happened?
It was in England. I'd have to Google it, but it literally just happened. She had a funeral, but they say it was a madman.
And he was white.
He was white.
And the girl was white?
No, the girl was, she was a heathen. I think she was like African. But nobody went to riot about that. It was just like, oh, okay.
Because the victim is a heathen. And they probably started rioting, but they keep it quiet. That's another thing. England quells a lot of the media. Because even right now, they said England is working with Twitter and all the other platforms to see which other state agencies is pushing the news about the riots and pushing the news about what's happening, because apparently everybody picked up and ran with he was an immigrant and he was a Muslim. Come to find out now that's not entirely true. He wasn't Muslim, but he's still an immigrant in terms of he is not white. And that's what they care about. They care about the race. He's not white and he did this to them. And this is on the back of what's this Keir Starmer. He, on his first day after being elected, he came out and said, listen, we doing away with that Rwanda bullshit. That's done. That deal is done. Even though Rwanda already set up infrastructure to receive, Rwanda was angry. They said that they already did their part of the deal. They held up their part of the bargain. England is pulling all the way away. And that happened, I think, July 6th or 8th. You could check it out, right? Where Keir Starmer, because the election was the 4th, right? Right, I think either by the 6th or the 8th, this devil got up there and said, we taking all that money, we cutting that off. It's done. We're not wasting taxpayers' money no more. He said that scheme is not going to deter immigrants anyway. It's done. The next week, the stabbing happened. And it was a guy from Rwanda. I don't know. I look at a lot of Mission Impossible and 007 movies. I guess who the hell knows Scotland Yard go telling you do this something. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask, like, when you're watching them, I'm not sure if on TikTok, but you're watching like the war between who can't you take the most? Like,
who can you want?
Like, out of the white man and it's who can't you stand the most? Like,
Okay. At this point, listen. May the best man win. At this point, I wish you all luck. I'm like the Pope. The Pope, he goes when countries go to fight war. He can't stop the war, so he blesses everybody missile. He top everybody missile, and only his prayer is to only hit the soldiers and not the innocents. Listen, Lord be with you all out there in them streets, man. The streets is rough. Lord be with you all. I understand the plight on both sides. I understand. Listen, I'm like Trump. There's good people on both sides. Listen, I get it. This is your country. This is your kingdom. You built it. You want your country back. I know in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be worse. You get the point? I'll come and say this. Go ahead.
There's a match between like Villa and Birmingham City. You don't spot both of them. You watch it anyway.
I mean, it's, just don't go on the pitch. It doesn't matter. What's going on now? This is the beginning of your salvation. Let it happen. Let it happen and stay out the way. Stay out the way. This is damn near not super close, but in the same spirit of when that angel of death was coming through Egypt and Moses said, put that thing on your door and stay inside. Just stay out the way. Go to your slavery. Don't comment on nothing. But what do you think about what's going on? I know you surely might understand. Why would I understand? Well, England did it to your people. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What? Hold on, that's going on? Do to them what they do to us. You talk about justice for Mark Duggan. Who's Mark Duggan? I don't know who that is. Yeah, good. No sweat. Go ahead.
It's like in this, do you think that the white man's a big hypocrite though? Like all those people in the street, do you think they're just hypocrites themselves? Like I know that we don't get involved, but like I see it in the stance, like you say I can't stand the white man the most because he's like you have the audacity to come and say.
Okay, why you say the audacity?
Just because you are saying to people, we want to protect our kids, you don't protect your own kids. Like
okay, again, you had to understand the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is he could molest his own kids, you can't. That's right. He could kill his own kids, you can't. That's the reality of the situation. It's race. That's all this is. This is race. Let me get a couple of scriptures before we roll. You found the uprisings? Come on. Let me get Matthew 24 as well too. Robin, could you pull that for me?
I've got the other one, Matthew 24.
All right, go ahead, to Zap one.
Where do you want me to read from?
Give me Matthew 24 with 3.
No, 4. 3. From 3?
4.
4.
Let's start at 3 real quick.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And as he sat him upon the Mount of Olives, his disciple came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Right? When shall these things be? And what shall be a sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Because Christ was telling them that the world is going to end. Like, none of these bricks going to be here. This kingdom is going to fall and burn. And they wanted a sign because they wanted to be excited for when he comes back. So he's about to lay out to them what to expect in that day. Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Right? Take heed that nobody deceive you. Many will come in my name, saying, I am Christ. They're going to deceive a whole lot of people. So you're going to have a lot of people who impersonating to be Christ, impersonating to have the spirit of the Lord, saying they represent the Lord, and they're all going to be a lie. Right? So he's saying, be careful. Don't get deceived. Go ahead.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And that's what's going on now. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And you're hearing that now. Ukraine and Russia, North Korea, South Korea, China and America, Iran, Israel, Palestine. You're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. Trump said, if I don't win, World War III is guaranteed to happen. That's what Trump said. Trump said, if you all don't put me in office, World War III is guaranteed to happen. He said, if you put me in there, I'm ending that Palestine-Israel thing in one day. That's what Trump said. He said, I'm going to put an end to that. What's going on there is horrible. I'm going to get hostages back from both sides. He trying to be the noble thing because he was anti-war from before, but he doesn't know prophecy is war. War is prophecy. You get the point? But that's rumors of war. You understand? He said if it doesn't happen right away, it's inevitable to happen if he doesn't win, because he understands that Democratic Party with Biden and them, they're warmongers. All that sleepy Joe, that geriatric Joe, Alzheimer's Joe that you seen on TV, don't get it twisted. That nigga, he'll kill everybody. Him and his whole crew, his cabinet, they excellent murderers. They'll kill everybody. Keep reading.
Okay. Wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
That's how you know nobody don't believe in the Bible. Everybody up in arms about Palestine and Israel, right? The Bible said in the last days there'll be wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. There's nobody in mainstream saying, well, this is prophecy. Nobody's saying, listen, calm down. There's nothing you can do to stop this. These things must happen. These things must happen. It's not there because nobody don't believe in the Bible. Keep going.
Okay. For nation shall rise against nation.
A nation shall rise against nation. What is a nation? Race.
That's right.
The race will rise up against another race. That's what's going on right now. This is a race war. Elon Musk just said on Twitter, civil war is inevitable. That's what he said. That's the wind, the air. Yeah, no sweat. You can just give it a look. But I think that's the air. Elon Musk just said on Twitter, because they're asking him to slow down the visibility of all this stuff going on in the UK. You all know who Andrew Tate is? Right? Andrew Tate is a Judite. A lot of people don't know that. He's a brother, right? He lives in Arab Emirates or Qatar or something like that. And he, a few days ago, right after the attack, he came out and said it's a illegal immigrant who did this, and he's and you know, England needs more border patrol, and you all should get out and do something. And they're charging him now because of his platform for spewing the false information, right? Elon Musk came out and said, listen, we're gonna limit his visibility, meaning we're not gonna allow people to see what he said so much. But then he came out and said, because you know Elon Musk run Twitter, it's now called X. He said, but really, civil war is inevitable. You can't stop it. You understand? He's a devil, but he understands what the Bible says. These things is going to happen. This is going to happen. And because you know it's going to happen, you could be like, whoop. All right, back up. Don't nobody get involved with that. Don't make no sign. Don't go out there and march. Go to work, go home. Go to school, go home. Find the park where they're not out on Saturday for the kids to play. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Nothing. Let them have it. They want it, let them have it. Stay clear of this. This is not your fight. This has nothing to do with you. Give me uprisings in the city. Come
on, Carl. Is it 2nd Ezra 9 and 2? Then shalt thou understand that it is the
start at 1.
Come on. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
This used to be, boy, I used to go to the scripture every day, boy. Every day at camp for about 6 months. Go ahead.
Oh God. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, when I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
You understand? The angel told Ezra measure thou the time diligently. Measure it. Like, boy, that's old school. Like, it's like saying, tell somebody, watch the time. Look at the signs of the time. But no, you measuring it to see if it reach where it's supposed to reach. Look at the time diligently. Measure it. So meaning if you measure 6 feet first, and it's just 6 feet 1 inch, you had to measure that still because it's 1 inch more. Now it's getting closer and closer. You had to measure the time diligently and look, and you'll start to see the beginning of the time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he has made. And you can't tell me the Lord ain't visiting this place. The Lord is absolutely visiting this place. The Lord is stepping his foot all the way into this place. Listen, 2 months ago, you had Kurds and Albanians pull one brother out a car. And they all left their stores and jumped on the brother and pulled him out his car and beat him up. And he trying to defend himself. But it's about 25 of them. They left their stores, not because he offended them. Why did they leave their stores? Because it's race. They looked and they saw their own race and a different race. So their race got to be right. And they went and fully assaulted the brother, pull his rib out the car, kick her in the back. 2 months ago. Now they're scared of white men. Isn't that poetic? Isn't that just ridiculous? Now you scared to go in the streets. Now you scared for your children. How did he feel 2 months ago? You're not getting my help this time. That's right. You fight the cops by yourself. You fight the PL by yourself. You fight everybody by yourself. You will not have help from the children of Israel ever again in life.
That's right.
If one of us go out there, you simple and you deserve everything you get.
Right.
You separate and never support them and leave them to hell alone. Because when they was deported, Priti Patel, what is she? Palestinian, Pakistani? Not our race. Not our race. She didn't deport her own race. She deported us. By and large, majority. You get the point? Go ahead.
Come on, Khan. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Therefore, when you see earthquakes and uproars of the people, and these earthquakes is happening all over the place. I think the beginning of July, there was one in California. There's earthquakes happening everywhere. You should check it out, earthquakes for the month in different places, varying places. And uproars of the people. What's going on in England right now is you could damn near say it's unprecedented. I don't think there's been a situation like this in England before, ever.
The new one,
and so quick.
St. George's Day, Palestine, the election. I lost count. It's like in America where black men get shot every day. It's here every day.
But it's never been like that before. Never. And okay, this is not even every month. This is the month of July. From July all the way to August, the beginning of August, this thing just ramped up. Remember, it started off with the fires in Leeds. Then that was the one with the Romanians, right? The Romanians. Then something else happened in between.
St. George's Day.
And then Manchester happened. Then the kicking Manchester happened. And after that, brother, it was, I think, this thing here. And then it was just, a big flame from there. Huge flame. People running in their cars. People getting pulled out. They burned a police station down now. What's going on right now is really unprecedented time in the UK. And UK trying to hide it from the world. Trying to hide it. The shame of it. The shame. They're trying to hide it. No problem. More is going to happen because you held the Lord's children. Go ahead.
Okay, what would you call this now? Would this be war? Would it be like a war?
Okay, what you want to look at this as is biblical prophecy. Look at it as this is prophecy. Nation rise against nation. It didn't say where. It didn't say how big, but it said nation would rise against nation, and you're seeing it. First it happened in Israel and Gaza. Now it's happening down the street. It's happening in Westminster. It's happening in London. They show a drone footage from yesterday where the counter protesters come out, which is a bunch of hippies and LGBTQ people saying stop race, down with race. And there's a lot of them out there. And they don't understand what's going on, they can't stop it. They cannot stop it. This is a time, this is turmoil in the earth. This is absolute turmoil. Let's keep reading.
Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right? This is what the Lord spoke of before our days, from the beginning. This is biblical prophecy you see in here. You understand? What's going on? You can't stop this thing. This thing has a mind of its own. You listen, could it die down? Maybe. Could it flash up even more? Maybe. It's all the Lord's doing. But what you want to do is don't get in the way of the Lord's work. Stay out of the way. Let me get one last scripture before we go. Give me Revelation 6. All right. Hold on. Is it 6 or 1? Give me the pale horse.
Oh, God. Revelation 6 and verse 8.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Right, we good to go? No sweat. Revelation 6 and 8. Right? So, of course, this year is the seals that the Lord, that's in the fourth dimension in heaven, that it's being opened. Right? And different seals, different events is happening. It's all happening at the same time. All right? Let's go.
Book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Start at 7.
And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
And John in the vision, he's looking up, and he see the seal of this book get open, and as this seal open, he looked and beheld a pale horse. He's a horse that's not any flush colors, probably speckled and different other colors or light gray or whatever. But it's not like the red horse or the black horse or the white horse. This one is pale. And he who sat on him, name was Death. Go ahead.
And hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
You understand? And this horse had power to bring death on the earth with the sword, and with famine and hunger, and with beasts of the earth. Hold on, let me check something here. Go ahead. Says yours, Yahanna. No. Okay, no sweat. Skip up to verse 4 as well.
Revelation 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right, so stop right there. So now this pale horse is bringing death and hunger and just death in general with the sword. So we are already in that pale horse, where there's so much death in the earth, and there's hunger and famine, and all these things happening at the same time. And also there's a red horse. Keep reading.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
To take peace from the earth. It seemed like, a short time ago, everybody was kumbaya, right? Mist was talking about the Kalas and the Apnas, right? Kalas and Gunas and Apnas, right?
Oh, God.
Where's that now? All we're talking about is EDL. Where they at? And so that we can't be there. That's what they're looking at. Go ahead.
And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
That's what's going on now. Is all together. This here is biblical prophecy. It's going up. And remember, with this, it doesn't concern us. None of this concerns us. Right in the same chapter, it tells you instructions to all these horses and spirits being released is to hurt not the oil and the wine. Meaning, don't hurt these people that serve the Lord. Only if you want to be part of this mess, you could go out and be part. But as long as you stay clear of this thing, let Keir Starmer and them and Rwanda sort the thing out. Let that Rwandan bastard, that old coward bastard that murdered them children. Listen, we charge the white man every day with being the devil and being the oppressor. And never once will we tell you go murder his children. That's right. That Rwandan murdered my slaves. They would be slaves on the plantation. They're going to get jobs. They're going to get jobs. I'm going to make sure they get jobs. Like they gave my 4 parents jobs. You can't go in there like a coward and murder them. You Rwandans, now you're going to get what you deserve. You're going to get what you deserve. You 12 tribes of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you stay clear of them. You don't give them your love. Let them deal with this on their own. All this is biblical prophecy. Uproars of the people, nation against nation, race against race. This is a good time to be, a good day to be UPK. Because, brother, these prophecies the general always talk about is happening right now before your very eyes. How many of you all feel any type of way walking the street? Like, you feel like it's it's kind of iffy. It's kind of, you're taking precaution because that's our way. That's just our way regardless. But do you feel like, do you be like, damn, I can't go there because the EDL will be there or the Palestinians will be there? No.
Yeah.
That don't bother me. That don't bother me. It's bothering them. And that's good. It's glorious. It's a good day for us. Listen, man, join us in Leicester this weekend. We're going to be up there Saturday at 1 p.m. Come on down, bring your family, bring your friends, bring all the questions, all right? With that, I pass the class over. Priest and Captain Karafia. You coming up here? Or no sweat. Go ahead.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements for the I.S.U.P.K. started at 1 West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head, speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3 and 8 to 10, means 10 in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, talking about trumpet with it. The Feast of Trumpets, which is the day. September the 2nd, October the 2nd, or actually I'm going to check the bulletin board in the hallway. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and headscarf. And with that, I imagine men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yashamata, Saw. And I give one sister, I imagine. Men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yashamata, dismissed.
All right. Shalom.